Moss's team ends up losing 55-42 when the dust settles. Walla Walla is good, but maybe Hermiston just had their worst night of the season.
Yeah, and, against a team like that, Walla Walla had a good post player that played the game how the officials allowed her to play, and they had they definitely had a couple of great backups. Number one, Clear is a good basketball player. There's a reason she is the number 2 scorer in the MCC. She's that good.
She had 22 last night. A lot of it was during that big run in the second quarter. Outside of that, she was relatively quiet. It was just a night where Hermiston couldn't find the bucket themselves, and the offense struggled to get going. And as you'll hear Mallory Moss in a little bit talk about, Hermiston just stopped doing some of the things that they were accustomed to doing and not executing the things that they should have been executing.
Yeah, and you could see it early that they were not able to go ahead, and she called. In fact, there was one point where they were right in the middle of an offensive set when she called her timeout because they weren't doing what she wanted them to do. And it's frustrating as a coach to go out there and know that the play needs to be run a certain way, and you're right in the middle of it, and know that no, that's not going to work. Let's set it up and run it right.
Last night may not have been the first time. I don't think it'd be fair to say that Hermiston's girls stopped playing at the end or kind of lost heart at the end. But what they did do is kind of lose urgency. And in games earlier in the season, even the ones they lost, they had an urgency for all 32 of the minutes. And in that fourth quarter, some of that urgency left, like that timeout you called. It's in the middle of a possession where they've got to be going quicker, and they're just not.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the concerns is when you're down by double digits, are you playing with a bit more of that fast-paced, breakneck speed and desire to find a way to claw yourself back in?
And as you said, when you're down by 13 to 15 points and you got 3 minutes left, somewhere along the line, and I mentioned it on air, you have got to be able to go ahead and realize that, hey, if I've got an open 3 and there's people that are down below that can rebound, I have got to take it. Because it's either that or you need to drive to the basket and try and get the basket in one. Because you've got to make up a lot of points in a short amount of time and then go ahead and play a very good defense.
Ranch and Homes scoreboard here on the Sway Motors Tailgate Show. And one of the things that stood out last night was a minor upset. Kennewick beats Chiawana 52-51 in the girls' game. And that allows Kennewick to get themselves a little bit closer to Chiawana, who still sits atop the table. Hanford beat Southridge and handily 65-33. Kamiakin played Pasco well, but it was the young guns of Pasco who ended up winning 56-48 and the 55-42 score we mentioned for Hermiston at Walla Walla. Tonight, Walla Walla is at Kennewick and Chiawana is at Southridge, while Pasco is playing host to the Richland Bombers. Hermiston and Kamiakin here tonight. This is, as I said, your Sway Motors Tailgate Show on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. We welcome you as well if you're joining us online at gohermiston.com, our web stream at mixler.com/1360 KOHU. The web stream is powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom Internet at the speed of life. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, the head coach of the Hermiston Bulldogs, Mallory Moss, joins us in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU. American Sunny, we're back here at Hermiston High School on the Sway Motors Tailgate Show as the Bulldogs play host to the Kamiakin Braves. And the Braves and the Bulldogs finishing their warm-ups before the girls' game. Hermiston comes in 6-5, their record 3-4 now in the Mid-Columbia Conference after last night's loss ended a 4-game win streak. For Kamiakin, they lost last night against Pasco. 6 in a row now that they have dropped in the MCC. They're 2-9 and 1-6 in the conference. At the bottom of the conference with the Southridge Suns going into tonight's action. For Hermiston, it actually still, even though they lost last night, 3-4 puts them a game up still on the Southridge Suns. And they are taking a look at Southridge and Kamiakin behind them in the Mid-Columbia Conference. Sonny, this Bulldog team coming in, as we heard Coach Motz say, last night was frustrating, but they don't have a long time to think about it. They're taking on a Kamiakin team that they have to beat. This is a must-win game. Last night was not. Because of the 4A teams versus the 3A teams, you have to beat the 3A teams. And so tonight's must-win, and actually Coach Moss said she liked the idea of putting that type of pressure on the team.
Yeah, and, it's something we haven't really had going just yet, and it'll be nice to see how they react tonight. This is a game that they should win, but they absolutely have to win. It shouldn't be a should. We should win this, and going in with that attitude, this is one that they have to win to be able to keep themselves in the hunt for being able to go ahead and go after that #1 spot in the 3A side.
I think the reality is that almost went out the door last night, though, because of Kennewick's win against Chiawana. It's not mathematically impossible, but you want to be the #2, not the #3. #4, your season's over. Of the 4 teams, Hermiston, Kennewick, Kamiakin, and Southridge. #3's got to go up to Spokane like Hermiston did last year, and #2 gets a home game. So as you're looking at desirables, obviously getting and catching up to Kennewick would be huge, but there's a ton of work ahead of them to do that. This team has talked about wanting to be at the state tournament. That's the team goal. To do that, you got to be one of the top 2 teams out of District 8 once we get to the district tournament. The best positioning possible based on how you do during the regular season is what's going to determine that. So for Hermiston, that's what they're looking for. For the Kamiakin Braves, we take a look at them, and it's brought to you by Mirasol Family Health Center. Lane Shoemaker is in his 8th season in charge of the program. You have known a Kamiakin team that hasn't had a Toure, but I've never, in my 13 seasons, never known a Kamiakin team without one of the Toure sisters. And so they come in with a very new team. They're not nearly as tall as they were. They're going to start 3 freshmen tonight. They are a different squad when they come into the gym tonight than they've ever been since, Mallory Moss was playing against them and since then.
Well, yeah, and I can almost guarantee that they're very young this year, but they're going to be even younger next year because they have a couple of, at the 8th grade program right now, after watching a couple of AAU tournaments. That Kamiakin team that's over there is a very talented 8th grade team. Whatever middle school they're at right now, but they're all going to be going to Kamiakin High School. So you're probably going to see another couple more freshmen in the starting position next year with a bunch of sophomores.
Well, the marching band in the direction of Sean McClanahan is going to play the national anthem, and so we're going to take a listen to that here at Hermiston High School. Sean McClanahan directs the Hermiston Pep Band, and that is your national anthem. The Mearsall Family Health Center injury report, and Hermiston's got a clean bill of health coming into the game. Not the same for Kamiakin. They are playing yet again without Reagan Clark, the junior guard. However, head coach Lane Shoemaker is optimistic that he will have her for next Friday, their next action against the Southridge Suns. Taking a look at the key to the game tonight. It's brought to you by Second Chance Collisions. And Sonny, what are you looking for from Hermiston?
Hermiston to keep that pace up and keep going to the basket quickly. You know, we were just listening to Larry Usher, the AD, up here, and talk about a few different things. And last night we did see the opportunities, and we both said it numerous times, where we started a drive to the basket and then pulled up, instead of going and maybe and drawing the foul and the basket.
Let's meet the teams, and the starting lineup is introduced by Lane Shoemaker for the Kamiakin Braves. He will start a couple of freshmen, actually 2 freshmen tonight and a sophomore, along with a junior and a senior. The freshman, a 5'9" guard, Nicole Thomas, and a 5'10" post in Catherine Hollenberg. The sophomore is a 5'8" forward, Kylie Mallory. The junior is a 5'6" forward, Amani Davis. And rounding out the daughter of the head coach, Reagan Shoemaker, a 5'7" senior forward. Shoemaker is in his 8th season in charge of the program. He's assisted by Nick Thomas, Amy Whitemarsh, Ryan Carter. The trainer is Sierra Ashworth. The principal at Kamiakin High School is Chris Shellen. The superintendent, Dr. Tracy Pierce, and the athletic director at Kamiakin High School is Casey Gant. The Braves, 2 wins, 9 losses, 1-6 in the MCC. They have lost 6 straight. They average 47 points per game. They give up 67.3 points per game. However, it has been getting better some of the last few times out, including last night. They led at times, but lost to Pasco 58-48. The Braves will have an all-black uniform tonight. Kamiakin across the front in red numerals and lettering, and just a touch of that Kamiakin yellow to go along with its red as trim. And now the Hermiston Bulldogs. No changes there. You wouldn't expect any. We'll start with the senior, the 5'9" point guard, Jaslyn Romero. She is joined at the wings by the 5'3" sophomore shooting guard, Caitlin Heidemann, and the 5'5" junior wing, Michaela Young. And on the inside, the 5'8" junior forward, Jaden Ray, and the 5'9" junior forward, Kendall Dowdy. For first-year head coach Mallory Moss, who's assisted by Mark Andreessen. The JV coaches Carson Clem, Amy Stone's in charge of the C team. Strength and conditioning coach at Hermiston High School is Emily Stroke. For 19 years, the trainer has been Dan Emery. The principal is Tom Spoo. The superintendent is Tricia Mooney. The athletic director's assistant is Vicky Paola. And most important to the athletic department, for 18 years here in Hermiston now, it is Larry Usher. Hermiston, 6 wins, 5 losses, 3-4 in the MCC after last night's 55-42 loss at Walla Walla. The Bulldogs come into the game averaging 56.1 points per game. They give up 52.4 points per game. The Bulldogs will wear an all-white uniform, Hermiston across the front in purple with purple numerals and lettering and trim. The lights are still down as John Lauk finishes the last introductions here this evening. It's a doubleheader tonight at Hermiston High School. The Kamiakin boys, and boy, are they a big team, just walked in. Shoot, even their team managers are taller than some of the guys Hermiston's going to suit up. I kid, but not really.
The ball boy was too.
So the music out of the old 1990s Chicago Bulls with Pippen and Jordan and Rodman finishes up. I had a little bit of a throwback today. Al Michaels calling a San Francisco 49ers game that mattered. Ranch and Home scoreboard. Spoiler alert. Niners beat the Minnesota Vikings, dominate them 27-10. They'll take on the winner of the Seattle Seahawks, Green Bay Packers. I know there's a few Seattle fans here in the listening area. Good luck to you. We welcome whoever it is to San Francisco next week. That's right. It's not really trash talk. All right.
Right.
Hey,
I can't say anything about
Dallas is welcome to
home.
come watch the game as well.
No, they won't. They're in camp right now.
Kendall Dowdy will go to the jump circle along with Holenberg. Bulldogs attacking left to right to start things off at Hermiston High School. Mallory Moss standing watching as the tip is won by Kamiakin. Under the basket, Davis has the ball knocked out of her hands, and it will stay Kamiakin ball as they win that opening tip. Shoemaker's going to inbound. The daughter of the coach will throw it up top to Thomas. She's a freshman guard.
Yep.
And
a
traveling violation. A couple of different officials had that one. Thomas tried this really exaggerated jab step with her left foot and then picked it up. So the turnover to start things off for Kamiakin, and Hermiston's got the ball. Heidemann, Young, Ray, Dowdy, and Romero. Young out on the left wing. McKaylee's had a couple of quiet offensive games in a row. 3 points last night at Walla Walla. Just one three-point shot made. Ray at the top of the key coming right. Into the paint, stuck there. Back to the top. Michaela Young, three ball. How about that? Knocked it down at the back of the iron and in. And that's how Hermiston starts the contest off. They need Hermiston shooting like that. Other end, down inside. Holenberg at the 10, lays it in. She's fouled as well. Kamiakin moved the ball fast up of the court after that made basket. And there's a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way after Michaela Young commits the foul on Holenberg. But it's just, first off, well-positioned. She caught that ball where you're supposed to shoot a three-pointer and confidently got it up. Romero has the miss, up to Young. Young right side, throws it over everything. Threw it so far, almost was pulled down by Heidemann. Kamiakin on the run, tipped into the air by Ray. Dowdy's got it in the left corner, and Hermiston's got a steal. Ray to Romero, sizes up an NBA 3 left wing, knocked it down, and Hermiston's got 2 3-pointers on their first couple of possessions. A minute into the game, 6-2 the lead, and then a pressure, and Hermiston forces a jump ball. They've got the possession arrow.
That should go back to Kennewick. Hermiston actually won the
No, they
tip.
didn't.
Yeah, Jaslyn had it down here.
No, I got tipped to Davis, and she got that shot knocked out of her hands. So it is our possession, but the arrow never actually did anything at the table. Because Davis drove down under the basket and had Dowdy knock it out of her hands, and they had that baseline inbound. Turned it over on the inbound. Bounce it in on this inbound for Hermiston. Dowdy out to Heidemann, and back up top to Romero to reset. Ray out on the left wing. Hermiston up 6-2. Young, another three, swished it. Michaela Young. Little home cooking gets Hermiston started early. Blocking foul in the backcourt, however. And as quickly as Michaela Young has started hot offensively, she's picked up 2 fouls. Hermiston wants to continue to press. And Mallory Moss is going to leave Michaela Young out there with the 2 fouls. 6:43 on the clock, 9-2 Hermiston lead. Throw it under the basket. Holenberg lays it in, and then Romero makes a silly foul. Holenberg, the basket and the harm. Romero was just beat and then came back and hit her hand from behind after the shot was up. 3rd team foul. Bulldogs trying to press hard, but Kamiakin's breaking it easy.
Well, and the simple fact is they're chasing backside, and that's what they can't do.
Romero rebounds another Holenberg miss at the foul line. Up to Young. Young the other end. Misses the lay-in. Ray rebound putback. Throw it over everything. Dowdy's got the rebound. Out to Romero. Romero to Young. Right wing. 3 ball. Back iron off this time. Dowdy pokes it away, but on the far sideline. Out of bounds. Out into a change for the Hermiston band. They are down at the west end tonight for whatever reason. Sean McClanahan's crew is operating in a different part of the gymnasium, away from the student section. 9-4, the lead for Hermiston. 6:14. Davis drives left baseline. Her runner off the iron into the hands of Dowdy. Dowdy will find Romero, and Jaslyn brings it straight down the middle of the floor for Hermiston. Up to Heidemann, left wing, open 3 ball. That one's a little short. Dowdy has the rebound tipped out of her hands. They'll say off of Kamiakin, and Hermiston's got a baseline inbound coming 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, right now they are going right at Young on the defensive end of Hermiston. Kamiakin is trying to get that 3rd foul on her as quick as they can.
Michaela Young in the right corner. Head fake steps to her left. Her 3 ball is up. Dowdy has it knocked out of her hands again by Holenberg, and so Hermiston will have another inbound. But Dowdy is getting inside position on Holenberg. And Hermiston, after their rebounding woes the last couple of nights, woes being a relative term, they were close but lost to both Richland and Walla Walla in that category. They are starting off this game dominating Kamiakin, who's in a zone, matchup extended zone. Young bounces it, foul line for Ray, head fake, and she'll step to her right to an easy lay-in and puts it in for her first points of the night. Had 11 last night at Walla Walla. Hermiston's second leading scorer, 11-4 Bulldogs. Davis, other end, bounces it right side. Shoemaker with her lay-in. And 11-6, 5:30 left in the first quarter. Young inside to Dowdy, steps to her left, bounces it back out to Heidemann, left wing, head fake, and she'll drive. Weaves down to the lane, blocked shot, she'll throw it back in under the basket. Dowdy's there, steps to her right, and lays it in. 13-6, quick pace to this one. 5:12 left. Davis up the right side and past Heidemann to lay it in. Amani Davis's first basket. 13-8, 3 minutes into the contest. Hermiston's offense fine. The defense non-existent right now for really both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I did not expect Hermiston to come out in this type of pace, but not playing defense.
Heidemann coming right, gives to Young on that wing. Kamiakin will step off of her, leave her open. She'll take the three. This one back irons out into the hands of Thomas. Nicole Thomas down the near sideline. The freshman flings it up court. Catch and lay it in for Malloy, for Mallory, a 30-second timeout. Mallory Moss will stop this with Hermiston's lead down to 3. 4:36 left in the first quarter. And the Bulldogs take the first stoppage. I mean, Kamiakin is breaking the press with ease right now.
Yeah, Hermiston's not even going up there with a whimper right now because they're chasing the ball all over the place, trying to avoid getting the fouls instead of just getting back. The two girls that are up there at center court, when everybody else is pressing up here in the forecourt, have to make sure they get back ahead of the basketball.
And they're in the front of the floor. It looks like Kamiakin's going to pack it in and just let Hermiston shoot. And if Hermiston beats them by out-shooting them from the outside, they're going to apparently take it. 4.5 minutes left in the quarter out of the 30-second Hermiston timeout. Young on the right wing. Pick and pop gives to Dowdy at the top of the key. Dowdy holding, back to Young. Long possession here, 10 on the shot clock. Ray into the paint, steps past the defender, bounce under the basket. Young's there, turns around, lays it in on the left block. Michaela Young's got 8. And a 15-10 lead at the halfway point of the first quarter for Hermiston. Davis, straight down the middle of the floor, has it knocked out of her hands and a foul's called. They're going to say 2 shots, though.
Huh?
She passed the ball out to the right side, so I don't know how there's 2 shots there. Amani Davis at the line. 2 foul shots coming. Holenberg has taken 2 foul shots in 2 different and 1 situations and missed both of them. This is a Kamiakin team that is last in the league in free throw percentage at 48%. McKaylee and Kendall will come out. Bailey Jo Young and Mia Hernandez will come in. Young, the freshman, and Mia Hernandez, the sophomore. Davis gets both, and Hermiston's lead is 15-12. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Jasmine Romero with the handles for Hermiston, bounces to Hernandez in the right corner. Hernandez tries baseline, defended well there by Holenberg. Ray steps in lane, back out to Hernandez, right side. Got Holenberg up in the air, drives right. Glass and good on the drive by Mia Hernandez, her first points of the game. She had just 2 last night at Walla Walla. 17-12 Hermiston. 3.5 minutes left in the first period. Davis catches in front of the Hermiston bench on the left wing. Works towards the top of the key, picks up her dribble. Ray hounding her there. Hermiston in a man-to-man defense. Left wing for Malloy. Malloy throws it inside. Davis loses it out of bounds. Hermiston ball on the turnover by Kamiakin. Braves will make a change, and Jolie Eder, a 5'8 freshman, will come into the game for the first time. Eder and Pina Lujan as well, a 5'7 senior forward. Eder, the only member of this team who's also part of the Kamiakin varsity softball program. Hernandez open, right corner 3 ball. Rims around and out. Ball tipped out of the hands of Thomas. And off of Thomas last. She was battling with Bailey Jo Young. Lost the battle, and Hermiston has a baseline inbound. Up by 5. 2:55 left of the first quarter. Rail inbound with a basket to her right. Blocks and elbows to start for Hermiston. Bounce it in to Young, and she's fouled. Reach in foul. Shoemaker and Davis were both there. I think it's going to be Davis on the reach. Nope. Wrong guess. Reagan Shoemaker. That's the first foul of the game against Kamiakin. Bounce it in by Ray to Romero. Spins to her left, fading away. Misses a lefty scoop shot. Davis has the rebound. Davis bounces far sideline. Slowing up. Eater gives it to the top of the key. Three-pointer way off to the left for Lujan. And Hermiston's got the rebound to Romero. Bounce pass inside. Weaves it into Young. Right block. Flings it up off iron. Rebounded by Lujan. Forgot to dribble it for a second, but throws it out to Thomas. Left wing. Thomas found by Mia Hernandez on the perimeter. 15 foul on Hermiston. Pauses the clock with 2:29 left in the first quarter. And Hermiston leading 17-12. Braves will make a change. Reese Woods, the 5'6" freshman guard, will come into the game for Shoemaker. And now she'll be the inbounder. Basket to her left. Kamiakin's got 3 fanned across the bottom of the lane. And Davis up top. Dives down to the left and catches the pass at about 15 feet and backs up to the perimeter. Right side for Eater. Throws it inside over the top of Lujan and out of bounds. They say Hermiston touched it last. Kamiakin will have a baseline inbound. Woods will inbound. Now the basket's to her right. Blocks and elbows for the Braves. Goes into Eater. Up top to Davis. Davis, the only one who hasn't taken a break yet for Kamiakin. Excuse me, Davis and Thomas. Davis has it still on the left wing. She'll drive in, throw to Thomas. Nicole Thomas down the lane. Runner from 6 feet rolls in. So Hermiston's lead is 3. With 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The other end, Romero misses a layup. Rebound pings around, picked up by Eater. Eater spins, throws it up the far side. Davis catches on the wing in front of the standing Hermiston student section for what it is. Minute 43 left in the second quarter. Turnover by Kamiakin, picked up by Romero down the far sideline. Bounce it into Young, has trouble with it, collects it. Out to Hernandez, 3 ball off the back iron. Bailey Jo secures the offensive board. She's stuck on the baseline. Needs somebody to come get it. Ray's open, 18-footer left wing. Front iron off. Hernandez wins a rebounding battle. Steps out to the right wing. Well, she'll take the three-pointer around and out. Pinged into the air and into the hands of Lujan. Lujan to Thomas. Hermiston's lead is 17-14 with a minute 12 left in the first quarter. Thomas swishes a long 2 at the top of the key. She's got 2 buckets in a row, and Hermiston's lead is down to 1. And the quarter is down to 1 minute left. Romero walks it up. Ray sets a screen, kick it out to the right side for Hernandez. Kind of just slowly moving through this offensive set. Hernandez working left, and Davis reaches in for her first foul. Second team foul on Kamiakin.
Personal fouls on Kamiakin, number 23, Amani Davis, her first personal foul. Second team.
It's almost like everybody in the gym thought those first 3 minutes, at least everybody with the uniform in the gym thought those first 3 minutes, that was really fun, but now I'm tired, and everything's really slowed down.
It has, and Kamiakin went into the zone. Hermiston started dribbling more. That's not how you beat a zone. You beat a zone by passing.
Sydney Sievert, left corner, 3 ball, switched it. Comes into the game, great catch and shoot, good positioning. She was wide open, 20-16 Hermiston. Final 35 seconds of the first quarter. Eater up top, the band making some noise. Right corner, hoisted 3 side of the backboard for Neffinger. Neffinger steals the ball back, though, at half court. Gives to Woods. Woods down the lane, right side, throw it off the bottom of the rim. Neffinger's got it again. Circles up top, bounce to Lujan. Left wing, open. Neffinger 3. Rims around and out with 12 seconds left. Young's got it to Alexis Kessel. Alexis Kessel by Eater being grabbed all the way up the floor. She'll take it all the way, coast to coast, and fouled. 2 foul shots coming. I know that Kamiakin's got a couple of soccer players in this program as well, and that drive up the floor for Alexis Kessel, it looked like the whole time Jolie Eater is trying to do what we call in soccer just a professional foul. A little tug as you know you're beat and your team doesn't have numbers. If it was soccer, they would have whistled it, would have shown her a yellow and a restart. Instead, Kessel gets all the way down to the line, and she earns 2 foul shots. And she goes 2 for 2 at the line. 22-16, final seconds. Thomas all the way down the floor. She'll end up getting fouled with 1.1 seconds left. Drove herself into contact and split between Sievert and Kessel. One of the two of them is going to get saddled. Sievert will be the one saddled with the foul. 16 foul on Hermiston. So for the entire second quarter, Kamiakin will be in the bonus. Nicole Thomas, 4 points, and clangs the first of her 2 free throws. So Kamiakin 2 of 5 here in the first quarter from the foul line. Bulldogs 2 of 2, with Kessel just making those 2 a minute ago. Thomas missed them both. Sievert's got it, and Sievert will dribble out the clock to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Hermiston 22, Kamiakin 16. We'll be back in a minute on AM 1360 KOHU.
Great job by the Hermiston High School cheerleaders. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have some very special guests with us tonight. Please help me welcome over in the southeast corner of the gym some staff, students, and parents from West Park Elementary School. Go Wildcats!
A friendly public service announcement. We'll try it again. When Hermiston's pep band plays the fight song, Sonny would like you to stand and clap because that's what you're supposed to do. And none of you are doing it.
Yep.
Second quarter, Hermiston leading 22-16. Kamiakin with the ball inside. Nice lob into Hullenberg, and she turns and lays it in. Hullenberg's got 6. And Hermiston's lead is 4. As Jasmine Romero's back out on the floor. She'll go to the left, Sydney Sievert there. Alexis Kessel, Bailey Jo Young, and Michaela Young round out the 5. Kessel drives all the way around to the right side. Misses the layup, but Bailey Jo's got the rebound. Back out to her sister, Michaela for 3. Short shot, rebound, pings around. Hullenberg chases it down and gives to Thomas for Kamiakin. Straight down the middle of the floor. Whips it to Davis, long 2, right wing. Back iron off, Michaela Young. No, Kessel's got the rebound. She's got Michaela down the left side. She's got Kessel down the right side. Thomas back and blocks away a Kessel shot attempt. 45 seconds into the second quarter. And Hermiston's got a baseline inbound up by 4. Romero to put it in play. Right into the paint for Kessel, and she's fouled. Shoemaker got her across the arm. Her second. And the third team foul on the Kamiakin Braves. You know, it's interesting, the pregame you talked about that KBC Braves 8th grade group and how for the Kamiakin team, Lane Shoemaker should be seeing another influx of really good freshmen. The thing that's different in Kennewick is you can go to any of the middle schools and end up at any of the high schools. There is no true connector middle schools to high schools. In fact, high school coaches aren't allowed to like run camps and stuff for the middle schoolers because that would be undue influence by the WIAA. Missed foul shot on the last try. Bailey Jo Young pokes a pass away for Kamiakin. Top of the key. 3-ball hoisted but off iron. And the rebound chased down by Alexis Kessel. Up court, right side for Young. Head fake, she'll step to her left, take a 12-footer, knock it down. Michaela Young's got 10 points to lead all scorers, and Hermiston's lead is 25-18. I think the general thought is if you're wearing the KBC Braves, though, you're going to end up at Kamiakin. That's what you're supposed to do in most cases. Throw it near side and over everybody. But then you get some weird things like 509 insanity teams and things like that. And, you know, some of those girls are going to end up at Pasco. Some of those girls are going to end up at Hanford. And you could always end up at one of the Kennewick schools as well. So it's a little different over here. Ooh, skip pass near side. Nobody's there. And Sievert just threw it into the Kamiakin bench for a turnover. 25-18 Hermiston. 6:08 left in the second quarter. There's something a little cleaner. You know, unless you move, if you play in Hermiston's AAU program, you're a Hermiston Bulldog. Into the paint and a traveling violation.
Well, ballet out there. It was a good little move by Hollenberg, but just couldn't get the foot down.
You're not allowed. Your two steps are not allowed to be on the same foot 3 times. Right side for Sievert. Sievert to Romero, bounce it in. Kessel cut and away from Romero, and then Kessel fouls. So Alexis called for her second.
Personal foul is on number 15 for Hermiston, Alexis Kissel, her second personal.
It's a 17 foul, so we actually should be walking to the other end of the floor to shoot 1-1. And nobody's realized that yet. And nobody's indicated anything. It wasn't an offensive foul. And Lane Shoemaker didn't realize it either. That should have been a 1-1. That was a 17 foul. I don't think he can hear me. The officials coordinator is sitting below me. I think he'll take note of that.
I think he would.
There's another foul on the perimeter. Jaden Ray, her first. Now 18 fouls. And it should be 1-1.
Yeah, that time the official did say signal 1-1.
5:20 left in the second quarter, 25-18. That's weird that nobody caught it. Nobody on the, well, I mean, maybe somebody at Hermiston's bench caught it, but nobody on the Kamiakin bench, and none of the 3 officials caught it. By the way, missed the foul shot as well. So 5:07 left in the second quarter, 25-18 Hermiston. Jazz Romero holding on the left wing. Dowdy comes up and sets a screen. Romero splits, throws down on the baseline. Kessel there. Back up top to Young. Young coming right, bounces on the wing. Romero long distance 3 at the shot clock buzzer. Davis has the rebound off the back iron. 4:45 left in the second quarter. And a 7-point Hermiston advantage as Davis chucks it out onto the right wing. Malloy up top, and they'll swing it around the perimeter. Back to Davis. Inside. Hollenberg there. Steps left around Kessel and lays it in. Hollenberg, the freshman's got 8. Having trouble shooting from the foul line. Left side, Young for 3. Front iron off. So after she made those first 2, Young has missed a handful of and travel at half court by the sophomore Malloy. I mean, at that point, just throw it.
Yeah.
Make the turnover at the other end of the floor instead of half court. Heidemann will come in. Kessel will come out. 4:15 left of the second quarter, and Hermiston's lead is 25-20. Kamiakin boys heading back to the locker room to get themselves suited up for their matchup. Top of the key, Heidemann, long distance 3, off iron left, and the rebound under the basket. Malloy has it. Out to Thomas. Nicole Thomas down the middle of the floor for Kamiakin. Now she'll pick up ahead of steam, left side, and lay it in. Thomas got 6. Nobody really stopped her. 25-22. Kind of a defensive play we would have seen last night at Walla Walla. 3:40 left in the second quarter. Romero left wing. She'll drive and kick. Heidemann right wing. Sizes up this 3-pointer. Off the iron. Romero's got the rebound in traffic. Comes back out on top. And a foul will be called as Romero tried to get out of traffic against Kamiakin. And for Reagan Shoemaker, it is her 3rd 5 team fouls now on the Braves, and so Shoemaker's got to come out for Pina Lujan. Heidemann in the left corner for Romero. She'll size up a three-pointer. That one rolls in off the front iron and goes Hermiston. Romero's got 6, and the Bulldogs' lead is 28-22. 3:15 left in the second quarter as Davis throws it onto the right wing for Malloy. The sophomore losing the handle. Dowdy comes up, almost fouled her. Malloy got away from it and then threw it out of bounds. Malloy's had a couple of nervy sophomore-looking moments. The travel at half court, that one there, she almost just dribbled herself into a turnover, and then when Kendall missed the steal, it ended up kind of giving Malloy another chance, but then she threw it away. Under 3 minutes left in the first half. Ray in the paint against Kamiakin back in his zone. Out to Young on the perimeter. Heidemann, top of the key. Back to Young, right side. And now hot potato around the perimeter. 8 on the shot clock. Way downtown for Romero. Oh my goodness, she hit that one from Morrow County. 31-22 with 2:30 left in the second quarter. Davis, skip pass near side. Romero steps in front of the pass. She's got a 2-on-2. Now a 2-on-1. Her and Dowdy, she'll take it in. Romero goes down to the floor, hammered, and now a whistle's going to be called.
Called a foul on Dowdy.
That's unbelievable with all the contact under the basket on the drive, and you don't protect the shooter. Tremendous with 2:20 left in the second quarter.
See, that's been my complaint all along. 3 officials out here doing the job that 2 used to do, supposedly to catch this type of stuff. Not one of them, even the trailing official, saw that.
Malloy at the foul line, and she makes the first of the 2 foul shots. It's not really a dispute of Dowdy's foul on the rebound. It's a dispute of what in the heck happened on the great take by Romero, because she gets hit hard.
Yeah.
Lane violation on the second foul shot. So with 2:20 left in the second quarter, 31-23 is the scoreline in favor of Hermiston. Right side for Heidemann. Heidemann up top, Sievert. Into the foul line, Kessel. Lobs it across, left wing, Romero. Head fake, she'll drive. Kick it across, right side, stole it away on a pass intended for Heidemann. Not a great pass, up to Davis. Davis under the hoop, lays it in. Amani Davis has 6. 31-25 with 1:52 left in the second quarter. Romero to Sievert, kicks near side. Heidemann there, holding the ball overhead. Now she'll put it on the ground and circle back up to the top of the key. Kamiakin zone, creating a little bit of pressure. Into Kessel. Kessel stuck, skips it across right side. Romero into the corner for Heidemann. Back to Romero. Lob it across. Sievert, left wing. Hit a 3 there earlier. This one's off the back iron. And Lujan's got it. Out to Thomas. No, Cole Thomas with a full head of steam straight down the middle of the floor. She's done this before. Steps right, takes a jumper. Back iron off from the 18-footer. Secured by Sievert for Hermiston. 31-25 their lead with 1:13 left in the second quarter. Romero has it offset to the left. Gives it to Heidemann. Open. Left wing 3-ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Caitlin Heidemann gets her first 3-pointer of the game to make it 34-25. Final minutes of the first half. Thomas, the freshman, she has played well in this first half. Out to Davis. The team leader here spins around down the left lane, gets the layup plus with chance for a foul. With 45.6 left in the second quarter. And Mallory Moss right now having a conversation with the official who called the foul about Davis using her off arm to clear space.
That's what I was going to say. It was a bar. It started out as a hook and then a bar after that.
Davis made the first of the 2 foul shots. Nia Hernandez will come in for the final 45 seconds. Dowdy will go to the bench with a second foul. 10 team fouls on Hermiston in this first half. Davis, flat-footed second shot, rattles in. She's got 8. 34-27. Final 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Heidemann out on the right wing. Her pass in gets tipped. Kessel tied up by Lujan. And the jump ball possession arrow is Hermiston's.
Jump ball, possession arrow favors Hermiston.
Bulldogs by 7 with a little more than a half minute remaining in the second quarter. Romero will inbound. Baskets to her left as she looks up. Lobs it up top. Heidemann catches between the rings. Back to the left corner. A three-pointer for Hernandez goes down. Mia Hernandez hits from the outside. 4 for the Bulldogs in the quarter and 8 in the game. Their lead is 37-27. Final 20 seconds. Right side for Eder. Eder. And she traveled. 16 seconds left, and now Hermiston's got the ball back with a chance for a last shot to add to their 10-point lead. Jazz Romero asking for a high screen on Davis, coming to the right. Gives it in the corner. Heidemann, three-pointer, airballed it too hard. On the backside, Lujan's got it, throws it up court. Romero steals it, she'll pirouette, throw it up to the hoop, and just nearly misses the shot at the buzzer. 37-27 at the halftime break. And the Hermiston Bulldogs led into the locker room with 8 3-point shots. It's the outside shooting that's doing the job for the Bulldogs on a night when they haven't played perfect, but they lead by 10, trying to get back to 500 in the MCC. We've got your Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show coming your way from Hermiston High School as the Bulldogs host the Kamiakin Braves. It's a doubleheader tonight, and we'll have a bit of a first half recap when we come back in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU.
Ladies and gentlemen, also our Hermiston High School Pep Band is selling 50/50 tickets tonight, and we'll be announcing the winner of that during the third quarter of the boys game, the second game of the doubleheader tonight. It's all proceeds are going towards the Hermiston High School Pep Band. It's a 50/50 draw.
I'm Eric City's Sonny Levy. It's AM 1360 KOHU, your home of Bulldog Athletics. We also welcome you to join us online at gohermiston.com and mixler.com/1360 KOHU, the web stream powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom, internet at the speed of life. It's the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show, and at the half, Hermiston's girls up 37-27 on the Kamiakin Braves, and really it feels like it probably could be quite a bit more, Sonny.
Yeah, quite a bit more. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why that the Hermiston girls aren't getting any benefits of any fouls when they're going to the basket. Jaslyn twice now has gone there and been on the floor. Kamiakin's been at the line 11 times already to Hermiston's 4. That's a huge difference in any game.
And at the same time, the Bulldogs are settling from the outside a lot. Now, they've made 8 of them, but boy, they have shot a ton of shots from the outside. Not really interested at times of trying to pick apart this zone for Kamiakin, which is an okay zone, but it seems like it's a little bit extended high on the perimeter, so there should be open lanes to back cut and get yourself to the hoop.
Yeah, and, but Kamiakin is packing that zone down in pretty low. I'll tell you who's been really effective in there. Bailey, Young, and Alexis Kessel. And from popping up, her job of Jaden Ray getting the ball and distributing it, she's done a very good job. But, yes, there should be a whole lot of opportunities right there at the green line, just inside the free throw line. At about the 8-foot line, the 8 to 10-foot line there, should be wide open shots every time they get it if they just turn and look for the shot first.
We're nitpicking right now. Hermiston is up by 10 here at the locker room break in the first half of our doubleheader tonight. The Bulldog boys will be coming up in the second part of our doubleheader and taking on a Kamiakin team. I thought the Kamiakin boys were the #1 team in the MCC. Now that I've seen Chiawana, unless Kamiakin does something to really impress me, it's definitely Chiawana. Chiawana did beat Kamiakin by 30. Other than that, though, Kamiakin's had one bad weekend. They lost to Chiawana and Walla Walla on back-to-back nights. They won their other 8 games. They've been dominant in almost every one of those games. So it's interesting because some of the chatter around Kamiakin after that weekend losses to Chiawana and Walla Walla was kind of like Chicken Little. And the reality is this team's still the second-best team in the Mid-Columbia Conference. And I wouldn't count them out in the return game to Chiawana here in a couple of weeks.
No, and I wouldn't count them out of any game, but, I'll make my judgment on it tonight after tonight's game. That Walla Walla team we saw last night was every bit as good as Chiawana.
What?
Hey, it was a 3-point game at the end of the game that Chiawana beat Walla Walla with a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Walla Walla totally dismantled us last night. Absolutely dismantled it. Not as bad as Chiawana did. I'll make my decision on this Kamiakin team after this game tonight. Then I'll know if they're better than Walla Walla or if Walla Walla is this #2, is the second best team in the 4A and in the MCC. Because that Walla Walla team can play with anybody from what I saw last night.
Yeah, I've got some stubbornness on that one just because I'm under the mindset that that's our new rival, and so I kind of feel like Walla Walla, like you do every time Pendleton comes up right now. So you're right, I got to give them more credit because they did play a heck of a game against Chiawana on Friday night, and they beaten Kamiakin. I don't know, I think I'm looking at the roster for Kamiakin, and I wonder, with Brian Manili's team, I mean, they're the biggest team in the conference, and I think they have the best shooter in the conference in Trey Arlen, but we'll see. I mean, Benavides at Kennewick has been really hot, and Walla Walla's got 2 really tough guys in Cordia and Ashbrook, and no matter what I see tonight, I think I'm going to backtrack what I say. Chiawana's still the best team because they found ways to win every game, but they had 17 threes last night as they beat Kennewick. Chiawana did. So, well, let's turn our attention back to girls basketball here. 37-27. We'll come back on the Tom Detchel Ford Country halftime show in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU. End of the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show. Hermiston 37, Kamiakin 27. You know what, Sonny? I'm sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have said what. I thought more about that Walla Walla team, and I think I was tainted by the 30 minutes in between games, the 15-minute never-ending halftime.
Oh, no kidding.
There was a lot of parts about it where I looked at Walla Walla, and I will say this. I thought we didn't put up much of a fight in that boys game last night, making it a little harder for me to evaluate Walla Walla, but you're right. I don't know what their weaknesses would be. I think Chiawana's faster than they are.
Maybe.
But, boy, that, and they've beaten Kamiakin, so that.
But Walla Walla plays with a lot of toughness, and they're deeper than Kamiakin. I really think they are. We saw last night, their number 3 point guard lit us up for 8 last night. 2 big three for 10. He had 2 big threes and 2 other lay-ins.
That was not a kickball.
Yeah.
All right. Kamiakin has an unfortunate turnover at the start of the second half. They threw an entry pass that was kicked off of 2 different Hermiston shoes. No whistle on it. Bulldogs have the ball the other end of the floor. Jazz Romero drives, lobs it up top. Michaela Young, extra pass, left wing. Heidemann 3-ball. Back iron too hard. Jaden Ray's got the rebound. Hounded under the basket, fouled. And going to line to shoot 2. And if it's Shoemaker, that's her 4th. Oh, it is. Reagan Shoemaker, the senior forward, just picked up her 4th foul. And let's see what Lane Shoemaker does with his daughter. He's got to go get her. And so Shoemaker will come out. Jolie Eater will come into the game. Out there with Amani Davis, Catherine Holenberg, Nicole Thomas, and Kylie Malloy.
Yeah, she got caught chasing that time. The ball went up, and her eyes didn't go up until after the ball was coming down. And Jaden had already rebounded the ball.
Jaden made 1 of 2, so Hermiston's lead is 11. Eater skips it across, left side to Thomas, whips it up top, right. Davis down inside. Holenberg catches, takes it down the right lane. Nobody picked her up, and she's got 10. Hermiston is struggling with the freshman Catherine Holenberg tonight, but they're leading 38-29, a minute into the third quarter. Michaela Young on the left wing. She'll drive, pick up her dribble. Left elbow extended to Ray, back to Young on the perimeter. Up top, Heidemann tries another three-point shot. Nothing but the bottom of that. Caitlin Heidemann found that one. 41-29, and for Kamiakin, they got to be careful. Over and back violation called against Kamiakin. That wasn't right either. She didn't fully establish herself in the front court.
No.
So she hadn't actually gotten into the front court to be over and back.
Yeah, it says you got to fully establish yourself on one side or the other, and you're exactly right. She hadn't not fully gotten across.
Right corner, Heidemann 3-ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Caitlin Heidemann. 44-29. 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Up court to Davis. Davis drives, pulls up 12-footer. Rolls off of the front iron, wrong side. Back tipped out to Davis on the perimeter. And Kamiakin keeps. Thomas, left wing. She'll size up a long 2. Rattled it in, and a timeout for Lane Shoemaker. He'll take a 30-second timeout after the bucket, which makes the game 44-31. 6:17 left in the third quarter. So Caitlin Heidemann comes out and hits a couple of three-point shots. She's taken 3. She's made 2 of them, has made 2 in a row. Mallory Moss was telling me before the game, look, Caitlin had an off night last night, but she is one of her best shooting coaches because she's been doing it for so long and has done so much shooting that she knows when her foot's a little bit pigeon-toed, and she knows how to make the adjustments for herself.
Yeah, and she does seem to, and I'll tell you what, besides Jaslyn, she is one of the best three-point shooters at getting her body weight once she catches it and shooting off that weight going forward, not straight up or backwards.
Interestingly, when Caitlin was really young, she's really good friends, or the Heidemans are really good friends with Mallory and her family. So Brian Moss, Mallory's dad, has spent a lot of time, because he's also a lefty, teaching Caitlin how to shoot. Ball out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with Hermiston. Poked away by Kamiakin. And then Mallory made some jokes about lefties, and as I sit here with the pen in my left hand, you know, I really wasn't having any of it. Jaslyn misses a jumper on the left side. Ball comes tumbling out of bounds. She and Davis end up on the floor. Apparently neither of them fouled the other.
Gee, Jaslyn, I don't understand how they're not calling that foul inside. Jaslyn is absolutely getting butchered.
Well, and then as the balls come out, actually,
Yeah.
Jaslyn should have been called for an incidental foul, taking Davis down.
For a grab, yeah.
So, even Stevens, shot clock violation on Hermiston, unaware of their situation after the ball out of bounds. 5:45 left in the third quarter. 44-31 is the score line. Davis will inbound. Hermiston showing a 2-2-1. Full court pressure. Looking for a trap and a turnover. Eater coming near side. She's out on the floor right now because of the 4 fouls on Shoemaker. Tip pass. Romero picks it up. Bounces near side to Dowdy, who tipped the pass. Young has the ball, carry him out to her. Top of the key. Romero steps into a 3. Off iron left, and Davis has the rebound in traffic for Kamiakin. Bulldogs lead is still 13 with 5:20 on the clock in the third quarter. As Davis brings it across the timeline between the rings, she'll throw it far side to Thomas. Catches, back up top to Eater. Eater bounce pass near side. Inside to Holenberg, steps her right, and she flips it up and again. Holenberg shoots from a really low position, almost kind of flings it from her hip every time. Pass underneath to Dowdy. Dowdy gets away from Holenberg. Back out. Young, left wing, 3 ball. Back iron off into Eater's hands for Kamiakin. She'll turn and bring it up the middle of the floor. 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. 44-33 is the Hermiston lead right now. Wide open. Thomas, left wing, swishes a 3. The freshman Thomas maybe hopped into the 3-point shot, but either way, cuts the lead to 44-36 for Hermiston. 4:34 left in the third quarter. Romero coming left, hands off to Young. Michaela Young waiting for a pick, waiting for another pick, and now gives to Romero in the left corner. She'll hoist a 3 ball there. Off the back iron, and it's tipped out by Thomas. Hermiston keeps the possession. Jaden Ray will inbound on the baseline. Out to Heidemann. Heidemann, her shot is blocked by Eater. Eater swats the 3-point attempt. Davis will bring it to the front court for Kamiakin. They're down by 8. Davis will take her way into the lane and throw it up over Romero and in. Monty Davis, she's got 10. 44-38 and a timeout for Mallory Moss. 30-second timeout. She'll use her second shorty. And 4:02 left in the third quarter. 44-38 the scoreline. Kamiakin on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, well, it looks like Hermiston's tired now, Eric. Either that or they just have come out and not decided to play a whole lot of, incensed defense, because when they were running the ball defensively, they were moving so well offensively that those shots were coming naturally. Now they're having to struggle to go ahead. The last 2 or 3, Jazzy's ball was off left and short. Heidemann's was blocked, and Kaylee Young's was blocked. So it's just a little bit of, maybe they're starting to tire out a little bit, and they needed just a little bit more of a breather.
This is the last time this season they got to play 3 times in a week, at least until the district tournament possibly. Halfway through the third quarter, they played last night at Walla Walla. They played Tuesday night at Richland. Dowdy's got it, top of the key, looks backdoor. There's Romero, and she'll flip it up and in on the right side. It's a staple of the Hermiston basketball program since the Mike Royer days. Mallory Moss ran that one forever and ever. 46-38 after Hermiston ends the 9-0 run for the Braves. 3.5 minutes left of the third quarter. A foul off of the ball called against Jaslyn Romero on the inside.
Well, I tell you, if they're going to call that on Jaslyn, they got to stop allowing the hand fighting and pulling by the Hollenberger girl.
Or just let both of them do what they've been doing.
That's what I
It
mean.
didn't seem like there was any real displacement there. That's over and back.
Yep.
Because Thomas caught the ball in the front court and then pivoted her left foot back into the back court. Spin to the left. Holenberg misses with the left hand. Ray's got the rebound for Hermiston. 46-38, Bulldogs lead. 3:15 left in the third quarter. Ray coming right, leaves it for a trailing Young. 3 ball off iron right. Ray's got the rebound. Ray Stuck underneath. Now she'll put the ball on the floor, step through to the right side, and lay it in. She had a nice highlight on keeper last night with that move in Walla Walla. This gets her 5 points tonight and extends the Hermiston lead back out to 10. Under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Driving right side, Young fouled Davis, and Davis put it in with a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And for Michaela Young, it's her third foul. Just the second foul on Hermiston here in the third quarter. Only one foul called on Kamiakin so far. I suppose I should say, I think it was keeper. I guess it could have been KVU. I don't know. One of the two of them had the really nice move by Jaden. She caught that one in the middle of the floor last night and did the nice pirouette step through and split two defenders, get the easy right side lay-in. Tonight she only had to beat one, and she did. So Young with 3 fouls will come out, and Sydney Sievert will replace her before Davis's foul shot. 2:49 left in the third quarter. And the Hermiston lead is 48-41. Davis makes the foul shot. And now she'll get a break, being replaced by London Neffinger. Neffinger, a 5'5" senior guard. We saw a little bit of her in the first half. Davis takes the bench with 13 points, a team high. Actually, it's a game high. Left side, Mia Hernandez in the game for Hermiston against Neffinger. She'll hesitate. She'll drive around Holenberg. Hand off on the right side. Heidemann hoists a three, rolls in and off the front iron. Just by the hair of her chinny chin chin did that one get over and in. 51-41 with 2:22 left in the third quarter. Thomas out to Neffinger. Inside pass to Holenberg, poked away by Heidemann, still loose in the paint, and Sievert picks it up. Sievert, though, in trouble in traffic. Neffinger, Sievert ran, okay, we are going to finally get one of these correct. On the floor, Neffinger kind of was down there. This was a rule change last year. You got to protect the person on the floor, and Sievert wasn't intentional, but just kind of ended up kneeing Neffinger in the back as she tried to get up. And so Sievert called for the foul. Her first, third team foul on Hermiston. 2:05 left at the jump circle. Thomas comes around a high pick. She'll drive left side against Young, gets the one-on-one win and lays it in. Kamiakin does have 3 scores in double digits, and they only have 2 other players who have a basket tonight. 51-44 is Hermiston's lead with 1:45 left in the third quarter. Bailey Jo Young near side to Hernandez. Mia crosses over. Neffinger pulls up, 8-footer, off iron, under the basket. The rebound hauled in. And Woods gets it up court to Thomas. She'll go back to the jump circle, and they're going to do this high pick and roll 2-on-2 with Holenberg again. This time they throw it into Holenberg, and she's fouled by Heidemann. 2 foul shots coming on the 4th Hermiston team foul. Caitlin's first. Holenberg, the freshman, has missed each of the 3 foul shot opportunities she's taken tonight. And she misses now a 4th. We mentioned earlier in the night, Kamiakin is last in the league in free throw percentage. Heidemann will come out with 1:21 left in the third quarter. And we see Maddie Pregame, the 5'8" sophomore. Holenberg gets the second one to go. She's got 13 just like Davis. Hermiston's lead is 51-44. 1:13 left. Pregame hands off on the left wing for Sievert. Sievert pick and roll into Ray. Ray wide open and the paint lays it in. Left hand lay-in on the pick and roll, and Jaden couldn't have been more open. 53-44. Other end, answer back. 3-pointer hit on the wing. And it was a distance shot from Holenberg who put it in. 53-47. That was a 3, wasn't it?
I thought they signaled 3.
Scoreboard's all sorts of cattywampus right now. Pick and pop down inside. Pregame throws it over everything. 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Thomas straight down the middle of the floor. Hesitates, drives. She runs right over the top of Sievert, and Young's got the rebound on the miss. Pregame up court, pass to Hernandez, tipped out of bounds on the near sideline. 18.4 seconds remaining in the third. Scoreboard says 53-46. I think it's 53-47.
I thought they held up the 3.
I mean, it was a 3. Inbound pass goes into Young, wide open right block, and she flips it in. Bailey Jo Young's first points of the night. And Hermiston's lead is, see now, 55-46 is what it still says. 5 seconds left, down inside. Hollenberg tips the pass to herself, misses. Sievert, partial block, flings it up court. It won't get to Young before the buzzer, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 55-46 is what it says right now, and that's what we'll say it is as we go into the fourth quarter after this 1 minute break on AM 1360 KOHU. They only put it up as a 2. Hermiston 55, Kamiakin 46. The Bulldogs have led wire to wire and trying to finish off the win to get to 4-4 of the MCC. And Kamiakin, their 7th straight loss. Something we haven't talked about in decades. Hand off to Romero, coming right. Oh, and she dribbled out of bounds. Circling around Bailey Jo Young on the handoff at the top of the key. And Romero just lost the controls. Bulldogs lead by 9. Nicole Thomas, Amani Davis, both have played almost the entire game. Reagan Schumacher, inside pass to Hollenberg. Schumacher out on the left wing, jumpers off the back iron, and Michaela Young's got the rebound. To Maddie Pregame. Pregame up court, right corner for Heidemann. Heidemann, skip it across. Romero catches on the left wing in front of the Hermiston bench. She'll drive and leave it for Pregame. Back up top to Young, and Hermiston will move it around the perimeter. Bailey Jo Young is on the inside, with Romero, Pregame, Young, and Heidemann on the outside. 10 on the shot clock. Down in the right corner for Pregame, lobs it inside. Romero catches under the basket, turns around, left side, short on the shot. Davis has the rebound. For Kamiakin, a 3-on-2. If she pushes, she will. Straight down the floor, right side. Her layup rims around and out, and Young's got it. McKaylee bounces right side for Romero. Romero into the front court. Hesitates. Hollenberg reach and foul. Her first of the night, 2nd foul on Kamiakin. And with 6:47 left in the fourth quarter. 55-46 is the scoreline. Pregame will inbound, baskets to her right as she looks up. Blocks and elbows for the Bulldogs. Bounce it into the left block. Young there, can't make the finish. Ball gets pinged around, and down on the floor is Shoemaker. And I think Bailey Jo is getting called for the foul. It's her first. And team foul number 5 on Hermiston. 6:43 left in the fourth quarter. 55-46. Thomas will move it up to the half line. Hollenberg, high pick and roll. Thomas will take it past Young, missed the layup over everything into the hands of Romero. Jazz will take it straight down the middle of the floor. 90 seconds into the fourth quarter. Left wing for Young. Top of the key. Pregame around right. Heidemann closed out well by Thomas. They've got Thomas trying to do that on her. Heidemann will take it all the way around, and Young found Heidemann on the scoop shot attempt. Heidemann's given up 6 inches to Thomas, so she's really got to work to try to get herself an open look on the perimeter with Thomas closing her out.
Yeah, and this will be Caitlin's first time to the free throw line tonight. We'd like to see every one of them go in there a little bit more often.
She's the best on the team at this. significantly. 25 of 32 after that miss, so she's about 80%. Jazz goes there the most. Jazz, the next foul shot she takes will be her 50th. She actually hasn't gone to the line tonight. Foul shot goes in, 56 to 46. And they never did change that, so I guess Catherine Hollenberg was apparently on the line out on the left wing. She hit that long jumper. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, 10-point Hermiston lead. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs. And no, really.
Yeah, Davis didn't argue too much. She must have figured that Hermiston missed it.
All right, so it's the Bulldogs ball. Up by 10. Fagam's running the point right now, up to Heidemann on the left wing. Heidemann, round a pick from Romero, coming to the right. Hands off to Young. Michaela Young out on the right wing. Dowdy's back into the game. Pass inside to Dowdy on the pick and roll. Lay it in, +1. Chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And a fist pump of frustration for Reagan Shoemaker. She's had a rough night, and she fouls out on that one. The senior picking up her 5th and the 4th team foul on Kamiakin. She went right to the bench and just kind of leans back in derisive frustration. She had 2 of them tonight. I thought she got hard lucked on, but she had 3 of them she definitely didn't. Like this one here, Dowdy has a chance to get that 3-point play, and she will not. However, she'll get the rebound, pokes it out to Romero on the right perimeter. And Hermiston gets to keep the possession, up 58-46. 3:35 left, 3:35 left in the fourth quarter. Heidemann circling up top. Between the rings, gives far side for Young. Michaela Young holding over her head. Pick inside, down to Dowdy. Dowdy easy lay-in. Kendall Dowdy's got 6. 60-46. Hermiston starting to pull away. Kamiakin's desperately in the need of a basket on this trip down. They want to get inside to Hollenberg. Dowdy's checking her inside, trying to front her. Man-to-man defense for Hermiston. Davis bounces inside, stolen away by Michaela Young. Michaela Young stopped, throws it to Heidemann, far side. Heidemann up to the right wing for Romero. Romero skips it across. Fagem on the near side. Fagem gives to Young between the rings. McKaylee back to Maddie, down to the left corner. Caitlin there. Around a pick from Kendall. Left corner for Maddie. Fagem back out top to Jazz. Romero, long distance 3 ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 63-46, 4:30 left in the fourth quarter. Up top, Eater. She'll drive into the lane. The runner falls off the iron. Saved inside by Eater, who chased it down, but now she's at a foot race. Hermiston's got numbers. Young to a trailing Heidemann. Between the rings, Fagem. Hermiston set up. 4:10 left, up 63-46. Michaela Young on the right side, around a high pick from Romero. Near side for Heidemann. Romero's the one setting the pick up top. And now it's going to be around a Dowdy pick. Heidemann's got it against Hollenberg. Fagem out on the right wing. Fagem will drive baseline. Her shot is blocked. Malloy, the foul, her first. And the 5th team foul on Kamiakin. Puts Maddie Fagem at the line. 2 foul shots coming for her. First one is cleanly through, and she'll get one more. Next week, Tuesday, Hermiston will be at Kennewick. And then next Friday night, they host Chiawana. Chiawana is tonight at Southridge. Both foul shots go. 65-46. Hermiston, a 10-0 run to start the quarter. We're past the halfway point now. Dowdy steals a pass inside. Dowdy's steal is picked. Malloy, Dowdy dives to her legs. Malloy bounces it back up top. Hollenberg gives on the right side. Eater down inside. Hollenberg flings it up and in. No, they're going to wave it off for a traveling violation.
Yep. You could see her shuffle that time. She just she wasn't able to do what she had been able to do every other time. He just flipped the ball up there. She had to square up, and she walked around into the travel.
19-point lead for Hermiston, looking to close it out. Romero goes tumbling over the top of Malloy. Right wing and down a young three. McKaylee's got 13, 68-46. You're gonna start heating up the casserole, Grandma. This one's over. It's about dinner time. 3 minutes left. 68-46. Up to Young on the right wing. How about another three ball? That one rims around and out. Dowdy chases down the offensive board. Out to Young. Young battling with Thomas. And a jump ball is given. Possession arrow is Kamiakin's. Well, 68-46. Mallory Moss looking down the bench. Wonder how much longer she'll keep the starters out there. As Thomas brings it in the front court. Well, Lane Shoemaker has made a decision on his bench, and he sends 4 changes in. Ball down to the right corner, poked away from Holenberg. Dowdy, her pass up court is poked into the air. Romero chases down. Romero will drive, left side, fouled. Davis a little bit unlucky there. Romero had dipped her shoulder. Davis backed off and then reached out and swiped Romero on the arm. Davis is second. And now Mallory Moss will send her changes. Jazz good on the first, and she'll get one more. Pregame stays. Alexis Kessel, Mia Hernandez, Bailey Jo Young out there. And Sydney Sievert will come in after Romero's foul shot if she makes it. So that was her 50th of the season, and number 51 goes in as well. Jazz is up over 70% from the foul line at 36 of 51. 70-46 with 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. An entertaining time for a test, but there was your test signal. And now you're listening to Bulldog Basketball at AM 1360 KOHU Hermiston. Left wing, long 2 for Thomas. She swishes another one. Thomas done some nice things tonight. She's got 15 points. Other end to Lane. Lay in for Sievert. Sievert makes it 72-48. That Thomas basket, the last time down the floor, was the first points of the fourth quarter for Kamiakin. Neffinger, hands off. Thomas back on top for Lindsey Benham, a senior we see for the first time tonight. Benham in the lane, lays it in, plus the foul, allegedly. That will send her to line for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
He sure raised his hand quick, didn't he?
Pregame called for the foul, her first. 16 foul. And Benham is short in the foul shot. Bailey Jo's got the rebound. 22-point lead for Hermiston, 95 seconds left. Bench out there on the floor for both teams. Sievert circling to her left. Down the left lane around Thomas, the only starter still out there at a block, but it's out of bounds. Hermiston ball on the baseline. And a part of the thing that Kamiakin's numbers are a little off because already Shoemaker has fouled out of the game. Into Hernandez, right wing. Hernandez fouled on the three-point shot, but no whistle on it. She missed it. Offensive rebound, take it away. Thomas into the left lane, turnaround jumper. That's short. Minute 15 left. 72-50 the score line. Pregame brings it into the front court. Up into the left wing. Sievert inside to Jo. Bailey Jo fouled. And hard down to the floor that time. I think Neffinger's the one who's going to get called for the swipe. Bailey Jo Young's going to the foul line with 2 shots coming.
No. That was from the side, they said.
Well, Neffinger and Woods just looked at each other like, what?
Yeah.
Because it was Neffinger and Lujan who were down there defending. And so Woods is called for the foul that was supposed to be on Neffinger. It doesn't actually matter for either of them. Woods first. And Bailey Jo puts in some foul shots. She's got 6. Final minute, 74-50. In the lane, knocked out of Thomas's hands, picked up by Pregame. She tries to lob a pass up court, but it's tipped. Neffenger's got it, throws it. Hernandez ties up Thomas at half court. And Hermiston's got the possession arrow. Mia Hernandez was a topic of conversation between myself and Mallory during the pregame coverage, if you heard it. And one of the things that Mallory said that Mia's done really well is she has no idea on a given night what the matchups are going to be and how much she's going to get to play. And she's done a really good job being that 6th person. Thomas steals a pass and then is called for a walk at half court. 38 seconds left. 74-50. The student sections.
They're a little slow tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
74-50. I mean, they were slow to get here, but they're 3 rows deep now. Do you remember when it used to be? Of course you do. It used to be all the way up to the kennel sign. Back in the good old days. It was like 5 years ago. Young, down to the right wing for Pregame. Back up to Hernandez, coming to her left. Hernandez switches to the right hand, flips it up and in at the buzzer for the shot clock. Hernandez has got 7. 76-50. Hermiston has outscored Kamiakin 21-4 in this quarter. Coming right, Woods leaves it. Long 3 for Lohan at the buzzer, rims around and out. And that will bring us to the end. 76-50, Hermiston winners tonight over Kamiakin, and they get back on track of the MCC. Back to 500 at 4-4, and now 7-5 overall on the season. Kamiakin loses their 7th straight. They were in this for a long time, and Hermiston, I think, just outlasted them in the second half of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Kamiakin falls to 2-10 and now 1-7 in the MCC. So the Bulldogs get right with this win. They've got a trip to Kennewick coming up on Tuesday night. Huge matchup for them if they still want to be the top 3A team out of the MCC. It's going to be Tuesday night where they've got to do something about it. Kamiakin, they're off till next Friday, and they'll be at Southridge, and in a position where they can separate themselves from Southridge and get the number 3 spot in the MCC. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Sway Motors post-game coverage coming your way in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU. American Sunny, it was a 76-50 win for the Hermiston girls. Kamiakin Braves were going back and forth, trading punches with Hermiston through the first half. Bulldogs did have a 10-point lead at halftime, and it felt like Hermiston was always in control, but Kamiakin was doing some pesky things tonight, Sonny.
Yeah, they were. They started off with that zone defense that had Hermiston a little bit confused, and Hermiston standing around and taking a little bit longer threes than they may have wanted to, but they packed in that zone defense, forcing Hermiston to go ahead, and once Hermiston started hitting the threes, of course, Kamiakin had to come out of it.
USA Subs and Grill play of the game. It was the third quarter, and Hermiston was in a position where it was kind of back and forth. Kamiakin had got to within 7 at 48-41, and Hermiston really good ball movement out to the right side. Caitlin Heidemann hoisted a three, nothing but the bottom of the net, and that got her going. And she ended up hitting 3 in the third quarter and 4 total for the game to help Hermiston along to the victory. Heidemann had 13 points tonight. Michaela Young had 13 points tonight. Jasmine Romero led the team with 16, and then they got contributions from other places as well. Bailey Jo Young with 6, Kendall Dowdy with 6, Jaden Ray with 7 points tonight, and then Maddie Fagum and Sydney Sievert each adding on. Sievert had 5, Fagum with 2, and Alexis Kessel with 2 this evening. They got scoring all over the place tonight. That was important.
Scoring out of 10 out of the 11 people that were on their roster tonight that were out there, Eric. It just unbelievable. That's the first time we've seen that all year long, and that if you can do that, that can afford you a little bit of rest time for your starters. And the other thing we haven't seen that they did tonight was their free throw shooting.
The trip to Lewiston, apparently they were really, really good in that trip to Lewiston, but they only missed 2 tonight.
Yeah, they were 11 of 15.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they were 11 of 15. But, yeah, very impressive. I mean, that's a good shooting night for anybody, really.
Kamiakin, and this was the problem, is Nicole Thomas with 13, Catherine Hollenberg with 15, Amani Davis with 13, but they didn't get any scoring anywhere else. And so Reagan Shoemaker fouling out of the game in foul trouble all night. She had 2. And Lindsey Benham at the end of that game with 2. And Kylie Malloy with 3 tonight. So Kamiakin, they end up in some ways getting shot out of the gym because they only hit 1 3-point shot this evening. Heidemann had 4. Young had 3 more. Jazz had 3. Mia and Sydney each hit 1. So Bulldogs handed a bundle of them from the outside tonight on the way to the 76-50 victory. All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back in. No, you know what? I'll tell you what we're going to do. Delish Bistro player of the game is Caitlin Heidemann tonight. And we will get an interview with Caitlin at halftime of the boys' game. So we're going to take a break. When we come back in 2 minutes, Drew Pruniger gets us ready for the Hermiston boys and the Kamiakin Braves. And that's coming your way, like we said, in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU. Welcome back to Hermiston High School as the Bulldog basketball team gets set to take on the Kamiakin Braves here in the Doghouse. Kamiakin 8-2, 4-2 in the Mid-Columbia Conference. Brian McNeely's team had one bad weekend. And other than that, there aren't really a whole lot of blemishes to speak of. Hermiston trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. Sonny, frankly, this is one of those David and Goliath type matchups.
Yeah, it very well could be. And, you know, if Hermiston continues to try and go at a quick pace like this, maybe that is the answer to what they need and can put a little bit of pressure on Kamiakin tonight.
They're introducing the team, so we'll take a look at the Kamiakin Braves as well. The opposing team look is brought to you by Mirasol Family Health Center. 14th-year head coach Brian McNeely. He's got the squad. You look at the roster, and it should be one of the best teams in Washington. In the 3A, it should be one of the best teams in the Pacific Northwest, no matter the classification. They've got height. They've got height on the wings. They've got height on the inside. They've got height on the bench. It's going to be a lot to contend with here this evening for Drew Pruniger and the Hermiston Bulldogs. The injury report, it is also brought to you by Mirasol Family Health Center. Still without Ivan Rangel, who, as you heard Drew talk about, is essentially an assistant coach for this team. He's got something he's supposed to track. There were times last night where Drew had to kind of calm him down because he was too loud on the bench, but the enthusiasm is really important for this Hermiston team. What else is really important for this Hermiston team tonight? Sonny, your key to the game is brought to you by Second Chance Collisions.
Not giving up second chance points. You know, they're going to have to try and limit this height of the Kamiakin Braves and not give up those second rebound points.
Yeah, top of your head, what was the rebounding last night?
I think they beat us by about 20 rebounds.
And then Richland was even worse on Tuesday night. And now
26.
Those teams were faster. This team is bigger in a Kamiakin. Let's meet them. And I get you the starting lineups. They've dropped the lights here at Hermiston High School and the alternating introductions as required by the Mid-Columbia Conference. At the guard positions, they will have the 6'4" junior point guard, Stephen Westermeyer. His shooting guard is a 6'6" sophomore, Trey Arlen, and a 6-foot senior, Jeremiah Kennel. And on the inside, the 6'6" junior forward, Messiah Jones, and the 6'9" senior forward, Kyson Rose. For 14th-year head coach Brian McNeely. He's assisted by Reed Pepperdown, Nate Gray, Case Rada, and the JV coach is Dallin Davis, whose team won by 7 points on the Ranch and Home scoreboard earlier tonight against Taylor Smith's squad. At Kamiakin, the principal is Chris Chelin, the superintendent, Dr. Tracy Pierce. The athletic director is Casey Gant, and the trainer is Ciara Ashworth. For the Hermiston Bulldogs, you heard Drew Pruniger talk about it. One change to the starting lineup as the Hermiston boys will tonight start a 6-foot sophomore guard in Tyler Lynn, who made his varsity debut a night ago. The other four, same four we've been used to for Hermiston. Their leading scorer, the 5'10" junior guard Jaden Ruloff, the 6'3" senior wing Trent Pitney, the 6-foot sophomore guard Chase Elliott, and the 5'9" senior wing AJ Ramos Barron. For first-year head coach Drew Pruniger is assisted by Mark White, Taylor Smith, Riley Smith, Ricardo Rodriguez. The strength and conditioning coach at Hermiston is Emily Stroth. The trainer is Dan Emery for 19 years. Principal is Tom Spoo. The superintendent is Tricia Mooney. The athletic director's assistant is Vicky Paola. The athletic director is Larry Usher. The managers for the Hermiston program, Layla Renfro, Sandra Aguilar, and most important to the Hermiston basketball program and the athletic department is manager extraordinaire Kennedy Baker. Bulldogs look to snap a 7-game skid, and I'll be honest, I thought this was the best team in the MCC coming into the season. We talked about it at halftime of the boys' game. I'm ready to put them Chiawana, Walla Walla, Kamiakin, but let's see what the Braves do. They win the tip. I mean, they do have a foot at the jump circle. And now it's Kyson Rose, left elbow, skip it across. Trey Arlen, jump shoot, right wing three, off the iron, and Lynn chases down the rebound, loses the handle, though, into the lap of Riley Smith at the end of the Hermiston bench. On the near sideline, Kennel will get it in and get it right back from Westermeyer. Skip it across, right corner, Arlen. Passes a little bit off course. Rose down underneath to Jones. Comes around left side and lays it in. Messiah Jones, an easy bucket to put Kamiakin in front. 2-0, a half minute in. Now the Bulldogs do have speed while Kamiakin's got height. We'll see if they can use it to their advantage. They did that against Kennewick. Forced Kennewick to play 5 guards. Pitney drives, pass, thrown out of bounds. Looked like it was tipped, but they'll say Kamiakin ball. Hermiston is also running their motion different than they were at the start of the season when Kennewick just didn't feel like they could keep their posts on the floor. And so they went guards for guards, and they beat Hermiston that way. Arlen skips it to the left corner. Kennel back out, Westermeyer. Across, Arlen, right wing, 3 ball, back iron off. Arlen gets his own rebound. The sophomore steps his right into the paint. The righty jumper's off iron. Rebound put back, and Rose has got his first bucket of the ball game. 4-0 Kamiakin, a minute in. A.J. Ramos-Barron will bring it into the front court for Hermiston. Far side for Ruloff. Ruloff leaves it for Elliott. Around the perimeter. Left corner for Lynn. Back out top to Ruloff. He'll come left against Rose. Pass poked. Stolen. Arlen. Arlen bounces it up court for Westermeyer. Westermeyer, the pass was too far in front. He saves it into the left wing. 3-pointer knocked down by Jeremiah Kennel. Cadell, the 3. Makes it 7-0, and Hermiston will call a quick 30-second timeout. 6:27 on the clock in the first quarter. Cadell, the 3, and 7-0 the lead.
Well, that's kind of what I was talking about. Whenever you can go ahead and shut them down defensively, and then get 2 big offensive rebounds that leads to an offensive rebound putback for points by Rose. That's a tough way to try and end a series that you have out there.
A little more than 90 seconds into the contest. 7-0 is the Hermiston advantage. A.J. Ramos-Barron will bring it into the front court. And out to the left wing for Ruloff. Ruloff, round a pick from Pitney. Leaves it for Pitney. Left wing, Pitney up to Elliott. Elliott started the game with 10 points in the first quarter last night at Walla Walla. Pitney way off on a 3-pointer. Rebounded by Westermeyer. Down the middle of the floor. Kicks it, right wing. Cannell, another 3. Off iron. Arlen tips it out to the top of the key. Cannell back to Westermeyer at the jump circle. And Kamiakin gets a new shot clock. Up 7-0. Left elbow for Jones. Skip it across. Right side. Westermeyer will try a 3-pointer here. Almost airballed off the front of the iron. Ramos-Barron's got it for Hermiston. Bulldogs looking to push. Out to Lynn. Left corner. Pitney there. Sizes up a 3. Over the top of Rose. Off the iron. Into the hands of Jones. Good look. Good transition. Just couldn't get the bucket to go. 7-0 still. Arlen in front of the student section. Skips it. Near side for Cadell. Underneath. Jones there. And a foul on the floor against Hermiston. The foul went against Trent Pitney. And that's the first of the game for anybody. Right corner, wide open jumper, rounded out for Arlen, and a foul on the rebound. And it's against Messiah Jones. His first team foul. I think if you're Brian Manili, you're like, Messiah, the only person taller than you is Kyson. You really don't have to push anybody here in the rebounding. You should just out-jump them. All right, a little more than 5 left in the first quarter. Bulldogs still looking for a first bucket of the ballgame. Left wing, Elliott for 3. Front iron off. Foul on the rebound. And that one's going to go against Cadell. His second team foul. And so baseline inbound for Hermiston. Here's Lynn to put it in play. Lynn, the sophomore, made his first varsity appearance last night. Bounce it in to Ruloff, right side, blocked away by Westermeyer. Picked up by Arlen, back to Westermeyer, right side. Skip it into the left corner. This one's Westermeyer, his 3 off at a foul on the rebound. And it's on Pitney in his second team foul. Drew Pruner's got a decision to make. Pitney's his tallest guy. 2 fouls for Trent. Does he feel like he can leave Trent out there? Trent shaking his head. Oh, because he was just told to tuck in his shorts, or I guess his shirt into his shorts. Now Prutiger's looking down the bench, and he'll send Moreno into the game. Arlen misses a bucket right at the basket. Rebound, put back, Kyson Rose throws it over everything. Jones has got the rebound, lobs it onto the baseline for Westermeyer. Back up to Cannell. Westermeyer, left corner, 3-ball, off back iron. Arlen's got the rebound, poked away from him, but out to the top of the key. Westermeyer's there. Right side, Arlen again on the right wing. Throws it inside the paint. Jones spins to his left. Has it back at the left elbow. He'll come to his right around Pitney and lay it in. Messiah Jones, second bucket of the ball game, makes it 9-0. 4:35, and ball knocked out of bounds by Westermeyer into the Kamiakin bench. And Brian Manili sends a line change to the scorer's table. Tyler Bilodeau will come into the game along with Nate Gray Jr. and Woodley Downard. Arland out, Cannell out, and Jones out. Elliott's got it, top of the key. Ball poked far sideline out of bounds by Westermeyer. Right into Grandpa Bird's hands. Wait.
No, they didn't call that a poke out.
How? They thought it was thrown out of bounds by nobody? That's a bemused Larry Usher down on the baseline arguing his point. He would have argued more vociferously when he was the head coach of this program. Downard, left wing, into the corner. Westermeyer cans a three. Second made by Kamiakin. And with 4:09 left in the first quarter, the lead is 12-0. Miguel Moreno into the game. He gets it in to A.J. Ramos-Barron. We're at the halfway point of the first quarter. Hermiston still looking for their first points. Ruloff walked. Hermiston had poor spacing. They had 3 guards out on that left corner. And Nate Gray Jr. will run the point guard position. Hero stuff for him. Tuesday night, he hit the game winner against Kennewick, where Kamiakin won 51-50. Rose spins to the lane and lays it in. Kyson Rose has a 14-0 lead for Kamiakin. 3:35 left of the first quarter. Ruloff, left wing, to Elliott on the near sideline. Still on the perimeter. Chase, the sophomore, will drive. Head fake, get Downard into the air. Steps through and hits a runner at the foul line. Chase Elliott gets Hermiston's first points of the game with 3:20 left in the first quarter. Skip pass into the left corner. Downard there. Out to the right elbow, and a jumper rattles home for Bilodeau. Bilodeau makes it 16-2, 3:05 left in quarter number one. Ruloff around a pick at the top of the key. Missed an opportunity to get a shot up. Lynn down to Moreno on the left wing. Elliott on the left side. Downard checking him. Man-to-man defense for Kamiakin. Ruloff out on the left side. Kicks it into the corner. Elliott there. 12 on the shot clock. Moreno up top. Stops. Pops. Left wing. A three-pointer off the iron for Elliott. And the rebound for Downard. Downard up court to Bilodeau. Bilodeau right side. Scoop shot lay-in. 18-2. 2.5 minutes left of the first quarter. A.J. Ramos-Barron crosses over, coming to his left in the paint, flings it underneath, and a jumper off iron for Ruloff. Ruloff back on defense against Westermeyer down to the right corner. Hermiston now drops into his zone. Rose up top, whips it into left corner. Gray Jr. out. Downard, top of the key. Bilodeau there, back to Gray Jr. Arlen and Jones coming to the scorer's table with 2 minutes left of the first quarter. They'll come in at the next chance. Westermeyer, right corner, 3-ball, back iron, and Jaime Ramirez has it for Hermiston. Hands off to Elliott. Elliott straight down the middle of the floor. He'll slow up, jump into the right corner, and he walked. Minute 45 left of the first quarter. Elliott's barking some orders here. This is one of the things, without Ivan Rangel on the floor, Hermiston doesn't have a true vocal leader, so they kind of look to the sophomore Elliott, who's only been with the team healthy for about 2 weeks, to be doing that.
Yeah, and, that's the thing. They've got to be continue to move because this Kamiakin team is pretty quick.
Arlen catches on the right wing. He'll drive to the hoop, lay it off the front iron, rolls wrong side, and so 2 foul shots coming for the sophomore shooting guard on a foul on Elliott, his first. 13 foul on Hermiston, 94 seconds left in the first quarter. So Arlen has been cold from the floor to start things off, and he's cold there. He is the most traveled of the Kamiakin Braves in the summer basketball circuit. He goes all over the place during the summer. One of the 2 shots goes for him, and it extends the lead to 19-2 with 90 seconds left in the first quarter, Elliott on the right wing. He'll drive against Downard to the foul line. Back out on the perimeter for Ramos Barron. Ramos Barron trying to find himself some space against Arlen. Out to the left wing. Long, high arcing 3. Rolls off the front iron for Jaime Ramirez. Downard battling for the rebound with Ramos Barron. Now Downard's got a 4-on-2 for Kamiakin left wing, and Arlen hits a 3. 22-2, 55 seconds left of the first quarter. Ramos Barron brings it into the front court. The senior wing crosses over, drives right, muscles his way in the paint, kicks. Ruloff, extra pass, Elliott 3, swish! Chase Elliott's got all 5 of Hermiston's points in the first quarter. They're down by 17 with 35 seconds left in quarter number 1. Gray Jr., the sophomore, stops at the jump circle. There's 7 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Kamiakin's going to take the air out of the ball. They're not going to get last shot necessarily, but they're going to take it down to a 1 possession for each game here at the end. 5 on the shot clock, right corner, 3-pointer, Bilodeau hits it. He's got 7, 25-5, 5 seconds left. Elliott into the front court. Elliott, hesitation, gets around Downer, takes it to the 10 around Jones, lays it in at the buzzer. 25-7, Chase Elliott's got all 7 for Hermiston in the first quarter of play. We'll be back at Hermiston High School after 1 minute on AM 1360 KOHU. Well, we missed a fantastic sequence there to start the second quarter. There was parts of it that weren't that fantastic, but Kyson Rose got a steal and was coming the other direction. And he was sizing up Jaden Ruloff for it wouldn't have been a layup. Kyson didn't really have the steps to try to throw it down. But Ruloff came in, he blocked the ball away. There was a scramble over in front of the Hermiston student section, and Lynn dove to the floor, slapped it back into a teammate. At Hermiston, it's really great defensive sequence. Other end, they missed a jumper. And then Jaime Ramirez called for a rebounding foul. Rose, rebound putback. 27-7 is the score line. And then we're going to reset the shot clock to 32. 7:14 left in the second quarter. 20-point lead right now for Hermiston. Ramirez throws it in the backcourt. And he had Elliott chasing it down so it didn't go out of bounds. Elliott, head fake. Jaden Ramirez for the first time tonight. Lynn's still out there. Leaves it for Ruloff, top of the key. 3-ball, front iron, rolls off. And the rebound pulled down by Bilodeau. Up to the left side, and Cadell is fouled on his way to the hoop. 2 foul shots coming for Jeremiah Cadell. Trent Pitney is at the scorer's table. He did not play much in the first quarter with some foul trouble. And with 6:52 left in the second quarter, he's going to come into the game after Tyler Lynn's first foul. And the 5th team foul. I mean, this is one of the realities for Hermiston is, and Drew Pritiger talked about it in the pregame show, they're still looking for the rotation. We're at the midpoint of the MCC schedule, but with the injuries and the personnel situation, that's why you're taking somebody by Tyler Layden. You're giving him a chance to try to work his way into things. And there's just not that many breaks, so it's not like you can say, okay, this week we're retrying out between the JV guys and the varsity guys and putting the new roster together, which is something we did like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was true.
All right, Cadell made one of the 2 foul shots. Jaden Ramirez between the rings. Looking left, throwing that way. Elliott in the corner. He'll hoist a 3-pointer up over Arlen. Short. Arlen's got the rebound. Up the far side for Bilodeau. Skip pass way into the corner. Westermeyer saves it in. Cadell steps into an 18-footer. Rattles around and out. Pitney tips it away from Rose. Down on the baseline. Westermeyer stepped out of bounds. Edge of his foot caught the edge of the sideline. And so it'll be Bulldog ball down 28-7.
They got to just slowly chip away at this. They're making Kamiakin work very hard for a lot of their shots again, but they've got to work hard at this now.
Ramirez out on the right wing, along with Elliott right now. Lynn and Pitney on the left side. Pitney left corner. He'll try to drive baseline. Bounce it across, right wing. Ramirez tees a tray, knocks it down in the right corner. Jaime Ramirez hits the wide open jumper for his first basket of the night, 28-10. Into the lane, running through everybody. Westermeyer flips it up and in. Westermeyer's got 5. 30-10. 5:45 left in the second quarter. Elliott coming right, spins around. Up top of the key, Arlen pokes a pass away. Arlen got poked in the nose by the ball as Ramirez lifted it over his head. Jaden still got it, throws it left side. Elliott on the perimeter, gives to Pitney. Pitney to Lynn. Back to Elliott. Skip it across, right side. Ramirez, and they'll swing it around. Pitney, left wing, 3-pointer. Off the back iron, under the basket. Cadell's got the rebound for Kamiakin. Up court to Westermeyer on the left perimeter. He'll stop, hand off to Cadell. Going down into the left corner. Bilodeau wanted down on the inside. Rose, left elbow jumper, softly in. Rose has got 8, 32-10. Skip pass, left corner. Lynn's got it in front of the student section, and Rose slapped Lynn on the arm, and then he pats him on the back to apologize. Kind of just didn't move his feet, reaching, and he commits his first foul. 3rd team foul on Kamiakin. Messiah Jones, Woodley Downard, and Nate Gray Jr. back into the game for the Braves. Lynn will come out for Miguel Moreno, and A.J. Ramos Barron into the game. Elliott will get his first break. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Moreno will inbound. Down on the baseline, down in the left corner of the offensive floor. Hermiston trailing 32-10. Jaden Ramirez comes out of the corner, picks it, and pops it down into the corner for Pitney. Throws it back up top to Moreno. Moreno to Ramos Barron. Ramirez. Pitney. Who wants to attack? Pitney drives, slowed up. He'll turn around, fade away, throw it over the rim into Bilodeau's hands. Up court to Westermeyer for Kamiakin. He'll slow up at the perimeter. Now drive and kick. Nate Gray Jr. 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 35-10. 10-3 run to start the quarter for Kamiakin. We're not quite to the halfway point. 4:23 left in the second. Jaime Ramirez stops the top of the key, kicks near sideline. Fading away, Ramos Barron airballs the three. It's bounced out by Hermiston to Pitney on the left perimeter. Kicks it into the corner. A three-pointer short for Moreno. Gets his own rebound. Works into the paint. Poked away. Leaves it. Top of the key. A three for Ramirez. Jaime Ramirez hits his second from distance. And it's 35-13 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Gray throws it onto the left wing. There, Downard skips it across right side and underneath, thrown away. Westermeyer tried to dump it underneath for Bilodeau. Jaden Ruloff will come into the game for Jaime Ramirez to give him a break. Hermiston's offense in this quarter, he's hit the 2 3-point shots. 35-13 with 3:46 left in the second quarter. Essentially 5-out motion until somebody wants to take a 3-point shot for Hermiston right now.
Yeah, and we're seeing it as far as rebounding goes during this game so far, Eric, that we're at 5 out.
Pitney over his head out of bounds. Tried to flip it into the right corner, but didn't put it in the right spot, and so Kamiakin's got it on the turnover. Hermiston only turned it over last night 10 times is what Drew Pritiger said they had on the bench. That's what we had too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was a really low turnover game. It was a low free throw game. It was a high scoring game for Walla Walla. 35-13, 3:22 left in the second quarter. Kamiakin is a much more patient offensive team. Jones gets it, takes it down right side, an offensive foul. Jaden Ramirez slid over, and Jones leapt over the top of him. Messiah's second. 14th foul on Kamiakin, and Kyson Rhodes will go to the scorer's table.
So it wouldn't have been a foul there had Jones has this funny, his feet spread and kind of kick out. So when he kicked out that way, he had gone ahead and made contact, which initiated the offensive foul.
3:13 left in the second quarter, and Drew Pritiger will call a full timeout for the Hermiston Bulldogs. They're trying to snap the 7-game losing streak. Here's one of the things about the MCC. The District 8 playoffs are not out of the question yet for them, but they've got to do some work in the second half of the MCC schedule. Unless the fortunes change here, down 22. I know it's still in the second quarter, but Kamiakin is in control. If Kamiakin wins tonight, then Hermiston will finish the first half 1-7. They can, if they beat Southridge, get another win against Pasco, and that might be all they need, but also maybe beat Hanford. If they pick up 3 wins in the second half over those 3 teams, they'll finish ahead of Southridge, and they'll go to the District 8 tournament as the 3 seed. And maybe for this young team, that's your goal. Can you get some extra basketball at the end of the year? (35-13), 3:13 left in the second quarter. Ramos Barron, Pitney, Ruloff, Moreno, and Jaden Ramirez right now. Into Pitney, left side. He got past Downard and lays it in. Pitney's first points of the night. Any entertaining thoughts about getting back into this one involve Pitney scoring quite a bit for Hermiston tonight.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
2-3 zone for the Bulldogs. Something Pritiger said they would do more just because they don't have the height to be able to defend this Kamiakin team. Westermeyer down underneath, they leave it for Rose, and he'll lay it in on the assist from Bilodeau. Rose has got 10, 37-15 with 2:30 left in the second quarter. Coming up, Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show. Our Delish Bistro player of the game from the first game, Caitlin Heidemann, will come talk to us. Jaden gives it to Ramos Barron. Left wing, guarded by Gray. Top of the key, Ramirez for 3, off iron short. The rebound, tipped away from Downer, picked up. Moreno takes it right side and lays it in, flipped it up over his head. And it's still a 20-point game, 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Westermeyer gives back to Gray, the sophomore, lobs near side to Downard. Downard across to Westermeyer in the right corner. Gray there between the rings. Westermeyer left corner for Downard. Downard will drive, take a 15-footer off iron, and the rebound pulled in by Ramos Barron. Good box out underneath by Ruloff, even though he didn't end up with the ball. 95 seconds left, second quarter. Pitney left wing three. Off iron, and Kamiakin, Gray, and Westermeyer run into each other, and they carry the ball out of bounds. It'll be Hermiston's possession. Changes coming. Arlen, Jones, and Cannell back into the game for Kamiakin, and for Hermiston, Lynn and Elliott return. Pitney will inbound on the baseline, blocks and elbows for the Bulldogs. 90 seconds left in the second quarter, trailing 37-17. Lob it into the backcourt, and Elliott will pick it up there. Elliott's only, a week and a half into his varsity season. Arlen steals a pass up court to Cannell. Cannell right side, the lay-in, +1. Elliott called for hitting for hitting Cannell on the back of the head as he tried to go for the pin block against the backboard. Elliott continues to talk to the official who made the call. Cannell, the foul on Elliott, by the way, is his second, and 16th foul on Hermiston. Cannell misses, Rose lays it in. Rose has got 12. 41-17, a minute 10 left in the second quarter. Left side for Ruloff. Ruloff will drive against Rose. Flip it up and in. Jaden Ruloff with the take. And that's what Hermiston needs. Just take it in. What's the worst thing that can happen? Nobody remembers a block. Well, I guess that's not entirely true, but still. 50 seconds left. 41-19. Into the right corner. Gray, a three-pointer over the top of Pitney. The rebound and a foul on the rebound on Jones. Messiah Jones. I mean, he shoved Lynn down, and he picks up his third. It's the 15th foul. Brian Manili looks down the bench, yells for Billadu to get back into the game. I can't tell if Manili is mad at Jones or the officials right now. I mean, it was a bad foul by Jones.
A late foul.
Elliott runs the point guard position into the corner for Ruloff, who's got just the 2 on that last time down. Try to get him going from the outside. Elliott hands off Lynn out of the right corner, back to Pitney. Ruloff left side. Gray steps out on him. Pitney, right wing. He'll step to his left into the paint, flips it up with his left hand. It's off iron. He pokes it away, and then he fouls Cannell. Pitney just picked up his third. 17 foul on Hermiston. Jaime Ramirez comes to the scorer's table. He'll come back into the game with 16.6 seconds remaining. And the other end of the floor, Cannell is shooting 1 and 1. He is 1 of 3 from the foul line. Ramirez in for Pitney. And Cannell is good on the first, so he earns himself 1 more. Cannell's got 7, Rose with 12, Billadu with 7. They've got 7 others who have, they've got 7 total who've gotten in the scorer's book. Cannell good on both. 43-19. 10 seconds left. Head fake by Ruloff. Back out to Elliott. Elliott, a head fake. Got Arlen past him. Three-pointer hoisted off iron. Gray's got the rebound in traffic for Kamiakin down the near sideline. Final second. Gray hoists at the buzzer, short on the shot, and he'll race the first one out of the gym into the locker room as Kamiakin races to the locker room celebrating a 43-19 lead at the halftime break. We got Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show coming your way. We'll be back in 2 minutes on AM 1360 KOHU.
And just a reminder, the Hermiston High School Pregame is selling 50/50 tickets tonight. They've been doing it throughout both of the games. The varsity girls, varsity boys will be announcing the winner during the third quarter. The third quarter of the boys' game will announce the winner of the 50/50 draw.
2 minutes. Halftime at Hermiston High School, Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show on your hometown radio station. Hermiston's boys trailing Kamiakin 43-19. Earlier on tonight, 76-50 win for the Hermiston girls as they improved to 7-5, 4-4 in the MCC. Caitlin Heidemann had 13 points, 4 3-pointers made. Delish Bistro player of the game. It's been a while since we've had you up here because you're the leading scorer, so I, make it a little bit higher bar for you to climb over to get up here. Let's start here. 2 wins out of 3 this week. Was this a good week?
Yes, this was a very good week. It was great to come out, and we played our hardest, and last night we just forgot about last night, and we just came back, and we just came and played the way we wanted to play.
Coach Moss told us before the game the rule was you had to forget about it by midnight. Did you forget about it at the deadline?
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, we just had to let that one go and just come straight into the new one.
All right, talk to me about shooting, because it's what you do.
Yes.
And, Richland, the first half will struggle, so you're shooting at halftime. What are you looking for like that? When you came out and were getting shots up at halftime, what are you trying to do?
I was just trying to adjust my hands because sometimes when I start to rush it or when people come out on me, my hands get a little whack, so I just have to try and focus on the top of the rim, and that's how I just have to get my hands right on the ball, and then I'm good to go.
All right, people can hear it. I mean, you're very technical with it. You've done it for a long time.
Yes.
I speculate, like Richland, it's like an extra 5 feet before the back of the wall. Last night, Walla Walla's a weird gym as well.
Yeah.
Does that shooting background, does that ever impact you?
I'm mostly focusing on the rim, so I don't really see anything in the back part of the court.
All right. Tonight, you guys pull away in the second half. What did you do well tonight against Kamiakin?
We played great defense. Our man-to-man really improved from the last time we played it. We put in some zone just to mix it up, but man-to-man was definitely working against Kamiakin, and we did a really good job of moving the ball.
What should have been better tonight?
Well, we could have done better on some of our press. So our press white, at the beginning, we just weren't really running it well, so we went back into man, and so we need to just work on that. We haven't ran it in a while, so.
Legs get a little heavy in the second half tonight with the busy week?
A little bit. I mean, we're in pretty good shape. We run quite a bit in practice, so that helps a lot. So we're always prepared for the second half of the game.
All right, what's the mindset? This next week's a big one.
Yes.
Right, the idea of a possible MCC title essentially is what happens next week.
Yes.
At Kennewick and then home for Chiawana next Friday. So what's your mindset going into next week?
We just got to do our thing, because if we come to practice and work really hard, I think we'll be fine. Like, we just got to come, and we've improved a lot from the beginning of the season, so I think we'll be a lot better.
All right, Caitlin, we appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Caitlin Heidemann, our Delish Bistro player of the game, with us here. Halftime at Hermiston, and the boys trailing 43-19 in their contest. We will come back with some first half stats after another 2-minute break here on the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show at AM 1360 KOHU. I'm Eric. He's Sonny. It's the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show. 2:15 left before the second half. All right, so we've gone the entire different direction. Last night they didn't come out because there was the extended halftime at Walla Walla. Tonight they haven't been out here at the half. The previous game at home, they didn't go into the locker room at halftime. At Richland on Tuesday, they were in there for like 2 minutes. Again, everything's just, it's like a chemistry test, and Drew Pritiger's still trying to figure out exactly what the chemistry is.
Well, sometimes you do have to figure out what the litmus tape says. And right now, I mean, if you're going this late in the season, in order to keep that continuity going, you know, good, bad, or with whatever, grab something and go for it.
Well, 43-19, and for Hermiston, Chase Elliott, 7 points. They were all in the first quarter. Jaime Ramirez with 6, and then Miguel Moreno, Trent Pitney, and Jaden Ruloff each added 2. The Bulldogs did not take a foul shot in the first half. For the Kamiakin Braves, Kyson Rose with 12, 8 points from Jeremiah Cadell, 7 points from Tyler Bilodeau, 5 each for Steven Westermeyer, and, Nick Ray Jr. had 3. Trey Arland had 4. Messiah Jones had 4. He's in a little bit of foul trouble. And the Kamiakin Braves, I mean, they've gone to the foul line tonight, which is more than I can say for Hermiston. 4 of 7 from the foul line for the Braves. Other numbers, Sonny?
Rebounding, 22-9, advantage for Kamiakin. 9 offensive rebounds. Totals are total input for the night for rebounds. And of those 9, 5 were put back for points. So you're looking at 10, and there was a couple of plus ones in there. So let's just say 13 points of the 43 just on the offensive rebounds.
Ranch Home scoreboard last night in the MCC, Chiawana beat Kennewick 84-70. They hit 17 three-point shots in doing so. Southridge won at Hanford 62-53, and Kamiakin pounded Pasco 70-34. Steven Westermeyer, Jeremiah Cadell, Trey Arland, Messiah Jones, and Kyson Rose to start the second half. Right corner three-pointer, and it's knocked in by Steven Westermeyer. So 46-19 is the score in the opening minute of the second half after the three-point shot. And an offensive foul on the other end of the floor. Pitney.
Stiff arm.
4th by him. Well, Trent Pitney just 2 points, and he goes to the bench. Patted on the shoulder by Ivan Rangel. Rangel against Richland strained his Achilles, and he kept playing on it. And Drew Pritiger said didn't really bother him until the next morning he woke up. And I think if you've ever, doesn't have to be an Achilles, you've had that experience, and you can't move. Sonny and I have that experience after a doubleheader every time. Jones rebound put back. Sonny's knee, my back. Arland steals a pass from Ramos Barron. Arland up court and poked out of bounds. Nice job by Jaden Ramirez backtracking and poking that and extinguishing the fast break for Kamiakin. 7:06 on the clock in quarter number 3. 48-19 is the scoreline. Lob it up top. Catch there, Westermeyer. Throws it right wing for Jones. Whips it inside. Arland back out. And now Cadell's got it. Bounce it. Rose, turn around, foul line. Lays it inside, and Elliott, bad foul there. He undercut Messiah Jones. And Jones laid it in, and now the officials are going to talk about whether or not they're going to put an intentional foul on this one. Look, it wouldn't be out of the question to throw up an X here. They're just going to call it a common foul. It's just a dangerous play. Jones, I think, more scared than anything. Chase called for his third. Second team foul. Officials still conversing. Drew Perniger is having a conversation with the official. And the officials are still talking about this. Kamiakin, they're going to huddle up right around Jones.
Was it they're going to call it after the shot and give them the ball? It looks like that.
Personal foul is instead on number 11.
Okay. Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was. I thought Ramos
Was it AJ?
I thought Ramos was down below.
Okay, well then, apologies to Chase. AJ, that's a dangerous foul. Jones misses the foul shot. 50-19 is the score line. Ruloff drives into the foul line and is stolen away from him by Arlen. Arlen straight down the middle of the floor, throws it, no look. Westermeyer in the left wing. Westermeyer weaves into the paint, flips it up short. Rose gets the offensive rebound. He'll ping it back out left wing. Arlen, 3-ball, off iron. Rose, rebound, putback. He goes tumbling on the miss, and Jones is fouled from behind on his putback. 6:28 left in the third quarter, 50-19. And Armando Landon is called for the foul. The senior commits Hermiston's third. So Jones now to shoot 2. First one is good. Jones is a righty shooter, the junior. He actually broke his arm last year in the spring, and so he spent the entire spring when he couldn't actually practice with the team just working on his left hand. He's a right-handed shooter normally. He's got 10 points now, 52-19. Kamiakin started the quarter on a 9-0 run. Elliott to answer with a 3 top of the key, off iron. Arlen's got it. Up court, Cannell down the right side, threw it off the bottom of the rim, and then Elliott's called for a foul. And Kamiakin is arguing. Hermiston making some dangerous plays. I didn't see that one. Elliott, though, coming over and having a talking to with Prudiger. Cannell's going to be at the line to shoot 2. That's Elliott's third. 4 team fouls on Hermiston, 6:06 left in the third. Rose will come out. Tyler Bilodeau in. Ball stolen at half court, poked to Jones, and then an intentional foul. Jaden Ramirez grabbed Jones by the waist. That one actually wasn't really malicious. It was just silly. He hugged Jones trying to keep him from getting the layup up. And now Drew Prudiger is going to use Jones' layup. Oh, well, we got to clear the lane because... And so Drew Prudiger is talking to his team on the other end of the floor while Jones shoots the foul shots. Kamiakin's going to get the ball as well. And Jones goes 1 of 2 at the line. He's got 11. 5:57 left in the third quarter. 55-19. Arlen will inbound. Into Bilodeau. He'll put up an 18-footer and rattle it home. You can't leave him open. Jones steals a pass. He'll size it up. 2-hand jam. And a timeout for Drew Prudiger. 5:46 left in the third. And what that 2-hand jam just did for the Kamiakin Braves is it put them up by 40. Full timeout with 5:46 left in the third. We'll take a minute here on AM 1360 KOHU. 59-19 with 5:46 left in the third quarter. Under MCC rules, this will be a running clock now with a 40-point deficit facing Hermiston. Bulldogs still haven't scored in the third quarter. Left corner, Ruloff up with a three-pointer, off iron. Landon's got the rebound, comes to his right, flips it up and in, and Armando Landon has got a basket. 59-21. 5.5 left. Arlen throws it into the lane. Bilodeau cutting. Landon blocks it away. There you go. USA subs and girl play of the game. Landon scores on one end, blocks on the other end. Right corner, Elliott a three ball. Off iron, under the basket. Bilodeau's got the rebound. It gets it to Arlen. Arlen up court, and Cannell high off the glass on a reverse to the right side. Cannell's got 12. Jaden Ramirez hands off to Ramos Barron, 61-21. And a pass knocked out of bounds by Cannell on the inner sideline. Right into the Hermiston bench, right into Drew Prudiger's lap. Nate Gray Jr. and Woodley Downer will come into the game. Jones and Westermeyer take the bench. Inbound goes into Ramos Barron. Hands off to Elliott, trailing him to the left wing. Lob it across, landing on the right wing. Ramirez to Ramos Barron. Back to right side. Ramirez there. He'll throw it to Elliott. Elliott, hesitation. Drive knocked away by Arlen. Elliott kept it. Bounce it across and dribbled out of bounds by Cannell. Hermiston will have it on the baseline. So the clock does continue to run because of the 40-point difference. And it will continue to run other than timeouts. Hopefully not, but injuries and then a end of the quarter. Just like football, it's actually same number as well, 40 points. Into a cutting Elliott, and he's shoved from behind. 2 foul shots coming. Elliott going to the line. Missed the layup, and he's a little frustrated by that as he looks up into the rafters. On the foul on Cannell, his second. Elliott, good on the first. Sonny, it's the first foul shot of the game for Hermiston.
Yeah.
They're just not attacking.
No, and that's the big difference between last night and tonight. Both nights we didn't attack, but even less tonight.
Because here's the thing that happened. I mean, not now because the clock's in a running clock situation, but the idea is you shoot from the foul line, you get to score with the clock stopped.
Yep.
Arlen, right wing, three-pointer, nothing but the bottom of the net. Arlen's got 7, and it's 64-23. Ramirez to Elliott. He'll try to answer back with a 3. Front iron off. Downer's got the rebound. Downer down the middle of the floor for Kamiakin. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Gives it to Gray. Gray, left side. Lob it, no look, right corner. Arlen another three-pointer, another swish. Careful. If he eats up, it's quite tough to cool him off. Elliott hesitates, throws it left wing for Ruloff. Ruloff around a pick from Elliott. Back up to the top, gives it to Elliott in the left corner. Elliott back up top to Ramos Barron. Ramos Barron coming right, leaves it for Ramirez on the right wing in front of the student section. Jaden will circle up top and give it to Ruloff. Ruloff left open, long distance 3. A little too hard, Arlen's got the rebound. 2:20 left in the third quarter. It's a 67-23 lead. And the other end of the floor, foul, and 2 shots coming. The foul on Ramos Barron, his second. 16 foul on Hermiston. And what it does is it puts Cannell at the line to take a couple of foul shots. Trent Pitney will come back into the game for Jaden Ramirez. Pitney has not played a lot tonight because of foul trouble. He's got 4. Cannell good on the second. A 1 of 2 trip for him. He's got 13. 68-23. And 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Elliott lobs it to Landon on the right wing. Back up to Ramos Barron. Ramos Barron looking right. Now he'll hand off to Ruloff. Ruloff switching. Pitney has it off his hands. Ruloff gets it back, drives into the paint, dumps it underneath. Landon stripped by Gray. Gray down the far sideline for Kamiakin. 68-23 the scoreline, a minute 40 left in the third quarter. On the right wing, Cannell, skip it. Arlen left corner, how about a three there? That one's front iron off. Landon fouled on the rebound by Bilodeau, his first. It's actually just the second foul on Kamiakin in the second half. And Landon will come out. Jaime Ramirez will come in for him with a minute 15 left in the third quarter. 68-23. Elliott walks it down the middle of the floor. At the top of the key. Goes left. Switches down into left wing and hits a three-pointer going to the left side. Chase has got 12. 68-26 the score line now. On the left wing, Cannell. Back out to Gray. They're looking inside right now to Downard. Woodley Downard's a 6'2 junior. Left side, Gray will try a three, knock it in, and a foul as the ball went in. So Gray gets the three. And Downard gets a foul. 70-26, final 15 seconds of the third quarter now. Elliott hesitates, goes right side this time, loses the handle this time, battling for the ball, keeps it down in the right corner. Ramirez there, three-pointer, can't get the shooter's roll at the end of the third quarter. 70-26 is the score as we go to the fourth quarter after this 1 minute break. You're listening to Bulldog Basketball on AM 1360 KOHU. Ranch and home scoreboard in Eugene at the half. Number 9 Oregon over Arizona State 40-31. They beat Arizona in overtime on Thursday night. Portland Trailblazers trailing at home against the Milwaukee Bucks 64-55 just inside the start of the third quarter. It's 70-26 here in favor of Kamiakin, who outscored Hermiston 27-7 in that third quarter of play. Trent Pitney muscles his way into the paint, dumps it off. Moreno under the basket, reverses it in. Nice move by Miguel Moreno. I think he's just got to trust himself more and be more confident. He's a good attacker of the rim. Ball down inside, thrown away. Bilodeau trying to get underneath to Matt Metcalf, seeing his first time tonight. Did something crazy happen in the AFC game? It did. Baltimore Ravens are out. Tennessee won 28-12.
Tell you what, Tannehill has been hot.
Left side, Elliott, three-pointer. That's off iron. Downer tips the ball, but into the hands of his teammate, A.J. Pearson, also seeing his first time tonight. Nate Gray Jr. running the handles. It'll be the reserves to the rest of the way for Kamiakin. Hermiston. It's an opportunity here, try to work some things out. Gray Jr. long three, and it's poked out of bounds. They'll say last off of Kamiakin, Hermiston ball.
Wow, Pitney got that one.
Yeah.
And they were being nice.
It's a running clock. Been that way since, about 5 minutes left in the third quarter when a 40-point deficit reached for Hermiston. 70-28 now. Pitney works his way in, stops at the left elbow, poked out of his hands, picked up by Metcalf. Metcalf on the run the other direction. Hesitates, goes right side, lays it in over the top of Elliott. And Matt Metcalf has his first points of the night. And a timeout for Drew Prudiger. Stops the clock with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A 72-28 lead. Look, I mean, Kamiakin's very good, but here's one of the things for Hermiston. The first quarter started on a 14-0 Kamiakin run. Kamiakin started the second quarter on a 10-3 run. They started the third quarter on a 16-0 run. Hey, Hermiston's got to find a way to jumpstart the start of a quarter.
Yes, they do, and it's got to come. No matter how big a team is that you're playing against, you still got to put a body on somebody and go after rebounds. They've got a total of 13 rebounds so far in this game tonight, Eric. That's 31 for Kamiakin because they're not going to the basket. Hermiston is not blocking out, and they're letting things be taken advantage of them inside.
So under 6 minutes remaining out of the Hermiston timeout. 73-28 is the scoreline. Drew Prudiger's got just one timeout left. Double high screen for Elliott, going to his right. Lets everybody clear out. Picks up his dribble. Hands off to Lynn. Lynn coming to the left. The sophomore got his first start of the night after his first experience at the varsity level last night at Walla Walla. Elliott down inside, muscles his way off of Gray. A foul as Elliott missed the fadeaway jumper at the foul line. Gray, his first, and the 14th foul. The clock stopped. It's not supposed to. We'll see if anybody notices. 73-20. It is not supposed to stop during foul shots. Elliott makes the first. But no, nobody. Elliott misses. Pitney, rebound, put back, fading away. Rebounded by Bilodeau off the iron. (73-29). 5:10 left in the fourth quarter. Kamiakin has the week off. They don't play till next Friday when they're at Southridge, and that's all they have next week. Must be nice. Next Tuesday, the following Tuesday, they will host Hanford. And then they've got a big showdown with Chiawana on the 24th. Jaime Ramirez fouls. Bilodeau on a turnaround in the paint. And it's Jaime's second. 17 fouls on Hermiston. Bilodeau, 2 foul shots coming. Bilodeau had 7 points in the first quarter. He comes off of the bench, but he was a big part of that first quarter for Kamiakin. He makes the first, and the sophomore sizes up the second. That one's off back iron, and then Bilodeau commits a foul on the rebound, trying to go through Lynn. Bilodeau's got 10. Like, here's the thing about this Kamiakin team, Sonny. Kyson Rose, yes, the 6'9" guy, he's a senior. Every other guy's an underclassman.
Yep.
Westermeyer, Downard, Jones, Pearson, who we're just seeing now, and Metcalf, who we're just seeing now, they're juniors. As Elliott drives the other end, flings it into the paint. Nobody there. Bodies strewn on the floor. Bilodeau picks it up. Oh, yeah, and sophomores, Arlen, Gray, and Bilodeau. So, like, yeah, they don't have 6'9" next year, but they got everything else. Ball poked away. Elliott's got it on the turnover. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 74-29. Right side, Jaime Ramirez hoists a high arcing three. Rims around and out, and Pitney just fouled out of the game. And Trent said a few things. Graciously, he wasn't shown a T, I think. I mean, the official put his whistle in his mouth and started, and then it just was like, yeah, whatever. Pitney fouls out, finishes with just 2 points. 8th team foul on Hermiston. We do walk to the other end of the floor for the 1-1. The clock is stopped. It shouldn't be. 74-29. And see, this is what the officials talking with Drew Prudiger and Taylor Smith right now and saying, look, this is a generous warning. And Drew's coming down to talk to Pitney about it. Foul shot missed. Landon throws near sideline to Elliott. Elliott to Ramirez. Ramirez has it poked away. Downard dribbled it off of the back of Ramirez's shoe, and then a jump ball. Elliott tied up under the basket by Pearson. 74-29 with 3:10 left in the fourth quarter. There's some Hermiston fans complaining about the call. Left side, three-pointer up. It'll come off iron into the hands of Ramirez. Up to Elliott. Chase down the right wing. Elliott steps to his right, hoists another three. Air ball, the rebound, put back Moreno. That's off iron. And a ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Hermiston's. Lynn races down to put the ball in. The eager sophomore. Bounces it into Elliott. Long two, left wing. Front iron off. Bilodeau's got it. He'll give to Gray. Gray up on the left wing for Downard. 2:22 left in the fourth quarter, 74-29. Downard on the left side, gives it, top of the key. Pearson tries a three-pointer. High off the back iron, and it falls in. And all of the starters on the bench jumping up and down, celebrating Pearson's first bucket. 77-29. Moreno, jump stop in lane. Nice pass, right corner. Elliott for three, front iron off. Lynn battling for the rebound. Gray wins the battle. Gray races into the front court, and they'll slow up at half court. As Brian Manili, the 14th year head coach, slows him down. They're just going to throw an offensive play in. Ball poked out of bounds. Keep it Kamiakin's way. Minute 35 left. Jaden Ramirez will come back into the game for Elliott. And inbounding Downard. Lobs it up top to Gray. Gray against Lynn. Hermiston to the man-to-man. Near sideline at Downard. Bilodeau up top. Metcalf bounces to Gray. They'll use the shot clock. Winding time down. 10 on the shot clock. Minute 5 left. Gray coming left. He'll take it all the way to the 10. He's fouled by Ramirez. So Gray's going to take 2 foul shots. It will almost extinguish the whole rest of the game. On the Ramirez foul, his third. 9 team fouls on Hermiston.
Why'd the clock stop again?
I thought the clock kept running even at free throws. But they've been stopping it at free throws here in the fourth quarter. So I will check. I mean, nobody's saying anything. So obviously, I guess this is how it's supposed to go. I don't know. There's like a 10-second runoff there before the clock stopped. Gray made 1 of 2. He apparently earlier in the night was given a 2 when he made a 3. Under the basket, Landon tight ropes the sideline, throws it back in, but it's right to Gray. Final half minute. Shot clock's off. Brian Manili says get it over and then dribble it out. 78-29 is going to be the final score for Kamiakin. They improved to 9-2. 5-2 in the MCC. Hermiston falls to 2-10 and 1-7 in the Mid-Columbia Conference. Bulldogs will try on Tuesday at Kennewick to snap what is now an 8-game losing streak. That's the final buzzer, and we'll go into the Sway Motors postgame show. We're back in 2 minutes here on AM 1360 KOHU.